you all are doing well. If you guys are not doing well, I'm not to be blamed. Is Mr. Payam because he already had two big lectures, and I joined one of them in the morning, and I've seen that it was so good, and I think it might have already drained your energy. But yes, I would try my best that you guys don't fall asleep because it's I think two at at the moment in India. And I can everyone hear me properly?
Yes, you are completely audible as well as visible, Sushant. Everybody is there with
Oh,
us.
okay.
We
Thank you
have
so
two
much.
meets going on simultaneously, so we have a total of 60 students out there live. All right.
Right. I hope by the time I end this meet, we at least have 60 of them together.
Sure,
I
absolutely.
don't bore you guys. Yes. So honestly speaking, I have never interacted with students in huge numbers. I have did one-to-one conversations with them, and I have been on a one-to-one talks. But with students, I haven't been on any such lectures because I myself get bored a lot when it comes to lectures. And I was telling Payam that I gave him the whole slot that I'm available on this days, and then he finally thinks that he can have me at 2 p.m. Indian time because there was no one ready for 2 p.m. And then I am like, okay,
After
I would try
lunchtime, Sushant, everybody
after
feels
lunchtime, exactly
sleepy.
after lunchtime, and that on a Saturday afternoon. Uh, I would just say if everyone is in this meet, I can see there are many of you. If you guys are um, okay with it, just turn on your cameras because I'm just seeing Payam, and I'm not able to interact. I'm not able to see because I've been always used to the face-to-face interactions. So if any one of you is
Sushant, we also
comfortable,
have few participants out here in this meet as well who have joined us on another meet. And this is the
okay,
meet
okay,
that we are right now.
okay,
Right? So we have both the
okay.
participants. So.
Oh, nice. Thank you so much, guys, for joining in, and I hope stand up to your expectations. What you guys have joined for, and I'm just going to start sharing my screen as well at the same time. I've got some PPTs ready for this session. Yeah, give me a second. Can you see my screen, guys? Payam?
Yeah, it is visible. Absolutely.
All right. Just thank you. Okay, guys. Just a quick one before I start. If any one of you is not comfortable understanding English, let me know, and I would try my best that I can uh, try to explain in Hindi as well. Unfortunately, no other language. I'll start Hindi, but still, are you guys comfortable in English, or shall I just keep it in Hindi, English both?
Sushant, we can keep it mixed. And also, I'd like to invite, we have another guest attending today, the Dean of SMEC College, Coimbatore. So she is with us today. Ma'am, are you there with us? Can you hear us? She's also joining for the session. She's the Dean of the Pharmaceutical College, a group of colleges. Heartiest welcome, ma'am. All right. Yeah. Please go ahead, Sushant.
All right. Sorry, Payam, you said something. Should I continue in English,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
should
please,
I?
please. Yeah, you can choose the language of, mode of instruction, whichever you find suitable. Hindi
Okay.
English mix would be preferred, but if you want, you can go with English as
All
well.
right. I'll just keep your word. Okay. So, guys, pharmaceutical industry, a global perspective, sales, marketing, strategy, business, and development. So, I would just say that it's more about a perspective uh, where I would be explaining more about how pharmaceutical world outside India looks within the sales, marketing, and business development roles. Because in India, I would say that the role is quite channel based, while outside India is quite system based. I would explain what is channel based and what is system based. And to make it more interactive, I have kept few question answers, few case studies, so that we go through them and then we understand that how practically the world runs uh, within the pharma sector. So, first of all, thanks Payam for inviting me over here. Me and Payam, we know each other for a while now, and I think Payam might have not told you guys, but we met at an poster making competition for the first time, and I was highly impressed by his presentation skills and stuff. And I think I've been learning since then from Payam, and hopefully, uh, I keep on learning from him what he's doing and such a
Likewise,
good
likewise, Sushant.
such a good initiatives that he keeps on bringing in for students, and he loves basically to pass on what he has learned. So we just say all the best Bayan for that as well. So guys, science gets approval, the commercial skills get adoption. What do you mean by this? If anyone wants to explain this in the chat, or maybe if you want to send over to Payam, that science gets approval, but the commercial skills get the adoption. If you see, there's a line at the bottom over here, which I've added. That science gets the approval, commercial skill gets the adoption.
Well,
Guys,
I want the
are
audience to please be interactive. And, Sushant is
yes,
one of the person who has brought it bi-directional lecture. So I expect all of you, please, even if you're wrong, that's okay, an attempt. Sushant, on
indeed.
the other meet, maybe you'll want to be able to see the answers, but I can communicate those to you, right?
Yes, please. Yes,
So
please.
there's
Yes.
one answer by Pihu Anand. Skills are necessary to work in order to work in the sector, is what this line means.
Okay.
And Prachi Patel has an answer. If we know science, we can use it in the industry.
Okay.
Hmm.
बहुत अच्छा है. मैं बस यही कहूँगा कि मैंने इसको काफी सिंपल रखा था कि मेडिकली हम जब फार्मास्यूटिकल कोई ड्रग कोई मॉलिक्यूल बनाते हैं तो उसका अप्रूवल हम ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा साइंस जो उसका साइंटिफिक अप्रोच है उसको बनाने का जो भी उसकी साइंटिफिक ये है सेटिंग है वो उसको अप्रूवल दिला सकती है पर हम उसको कमर्शियली कैसे रखते हैं मार्केट में वो हमारी या फिर जो कमर्शियल स्किल है कि इसको हम कमर्शियली कैसे रखते हैं मार्केट में या फिर उसको हम कैसे प्लेस करते हैं प्रोडक्ट कैसे लॉन्च करते हैं उन स्किल्स पे डिपेंड करता है कि उसको ऑडियंस अडॉप्ट करेगी या ना करेगी ऐसे काफी सारे ड्रग्स है मार्केट में जो हम देख सकते हैं कि दे आर वेरी गुड कमर्शियली दे कुड बी लाइफ सेविंग एज वेल बट एट द सेम टाइम दे हैव नेवर बीन अडॉप्टेड. And I would just say, go and research on your thing that there are many companies who have done a lot in research for many products, but they have not been commercially viable to sell them properly, or people have not been able to adopt those products. Reason being, they were never placed properly or commercially in the market. So science gets the approval, the commercial skills get the adoption, and that's the reason why sales, marketing, and strategy comes in role. How how a product should be placed in the market. I always say one line wherever I go. I say that sales is the backbone of the business. If there is no sales, there is no business. आप कोई भी बिजनेस उठा के देख लो वर्ल्ड में उसके अंदर hi usual feasibility is also necessary. I understand completely what you said just now that feasibility is necessary, but do you think that if the product is not placed commercially properly in the market, anything would be possible, like anything would be it would be able to sell it itself if there is a feasibility. Who's going to speak for the product? The product itself, you feel, in the pharmaceutical market within the Indian sector?
Dipansh Dubey has an answer for the line, Sushant, that you had mentioned.
Yeah, go on. Okay, I'm not in the meet. Sorry about that, guys. Let me just come on the meet as well. Yeah, the chat. Dipanshu says that, in my opinion, skills with concentrated effort and knowledge for the work, concepts, theory, etc., is the single most thing you need to know. I guess combinations of science and skills. Guys, मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि आपने जो आंसर्स अपने दिए ना, they are very good. What skills are what? But my whole question was, what do I mean by this line, which says that science gets approval and commercial skills get adoption? मेरा कहने का सिर्फ यही मतलब था उसमें से कि एक प्रोडक्ट जब साइंटिफिक बनाते हैं तो उसका जो साइंटिफिक मॉलिक्यूल फॉर्मूला है या फिर कैसे उसको बनाया है, रेगुलेटरी एस्पेक्ट जो है उसको अप्रूवल देने तक का काम करेगा। पर हम उसको कमर्शियली कैसे प्लेस करते हैं मार्केट में, वो डिपेंड करता है कि उसको अडॉप्शन मिलेगी मार्केट में या नहीं मिलेगी। खास करके इंडिया जैसे सेटिंग में जहां पे हम देखते हैं कि अ प्रोडक्ट इज सोल्ड because of the channels, like the distribution, like due to the incentivizations and stuff. And that's one of the reasons I'm saying that the commercial skills are very necessary to make the product adoptable to the market. And you'll get to know why I'm saying this. Probably you would answer me in a better way moving further. And right now, your answers are very much correct on the basis of the skills. But what I mean was something different, if you get that. And thank you so much for keeping this interaction on. So, yes, guys, what I'm going to cover today is very simple. I'm just going to try to cover a global commercial map, how science becomes a business, and the pharma value chain from approval to adoption, UK pharmacy ecosystem, how does NHS, CPF, NHS is basically the body that looks after the health and health and safety over here in UK. Drug tariff is something is like the NHS approves every month for all the drugs. I'll come to it. Pharmacy first, how the money flows in England. In UK versus India contrast, there are two markets, two commercial logics of the same molecule, completely different playbook. Career path, sales, marketing, BD, your entry ladder, what gets you promoted, AI and digital skills, the tools that will amplify your commercial career, life case study. I've just used AstraZeneca with Alexon, and I've used a couple of more case studies, and I will explaining that. So yeah, what I want is you guys to basically, sorry, you guys to basically scan this QR code, okay, and you guys to scan this QR code and go on to this quiz, which says that which commercial role interests you the most with a career perspective. Is it medical reps, field sales, brand and product marketing, commercial analytics, AI, business development? And let me know your answers, and I would keep the tone of my lecture like that. I just don't want to deliver something that I want to deliver. I want you guys to understand what I'm delivering and you guys to tell me what you want to hear from me today. So just let's keep it simple. You guys go on the poll, answer the question, and from there we'll discuss those topics. Is everyone able to scan the QR, or shall I send in the group? Do you want me to do, Bayan?
I guess most of them would be able to scan the QR, surely. Anyone facing any problems? Some have typed in the chat box, Sushant. Dipansh Dubey has typed commercial analytics and artificial intelligence.
I've just sent you the QR
You have
in
sent
the
the
group
I'll share it with the audience as well. Just
chat
remember.
circle, please. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Just got 11 votes at the moment. Is everyone else able to vote?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you so much, guys.
Option C. Most of them are typing option C on the other language.
All right. Okay. I've seen the answers in business development and commercial analytics and AI. Okay, go on.
Pihu Anand has typed product marketing and branding.
Okay. Okay. Thanks, Pihu.
I think that
Yeah.
field is what interests the most.
Sorry, I can't hear you. Sorry, is it?
Pihu, you can be a little louder. You can unmute and speak up. No issues. It is open forum. Okay, you can definitely.
Hansi, go
Sushant,
on.
you're okay with them unmuting and interacting?
I'm more than happy.
Okay,
Yes.
okay, Pihu, please go ahead.
Yes, so I said that it would that brand and product marketing is, for me, it's much easier, and I guess the job satisfaction and the salary payoffs are high. I mean, I may be wrong, but yeah.
No, you're absolutely right. Is the need of the time to be a very correctly with your brand, product, and marketing. Because if anything goes wrong in this, it's gonna be a mess for the product. So yeah, you have to be very short when you about this product. I'll give an example about this thing, why these things are important in the coming slides. But at the moment, I would just say that I've got some answers of commercial analytics and business development. So and there are many answers which are same as for the brand and product marketing. So I'm gonna try to cover the three topics together. Yeah, if that is okay. So uh, okay, no one has accidentally. There's only one person who has said for the medical rep and the field sales. Honestly speaking, to me, in the current time in India, of medical rep and the field salesperson, whether it is in India, whether it is anywhere else in the world, they are trying to cover all these three aspects. That is brand, product marketing, commercial analytics, and business development. Companies have been training them very wisely that they can cover this three topics together. Why do you think a medical field sales rep has been um, basically trained to do these three jobs together? Anyone? I'm just gonna
So,
join
may I
the.
speak?
Yeah, yeah, go on.
So basically, sales and marketing, and in particular, if we talk about sales, it refers to how properly you implement your target, how you achieve your target in a particular area. For example, because my dad has been into sales and marketing, so I know what the gist is about sales. And yes, you were right when you said that sales includes business analytics, it includes product management, because if any one element is missing, it can be a problem to sales.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, that's a very absolutely very correct answers because answer because क्या हो जाता है काफी बार हम ना सिर्फ जैसे पहले क्या होता था आई बीन इन दिस फील्ड फॉर अ while जब मैं मेरा बी फार्म भी परस्यू कर रहा था, I still have got my business, but I used to do it on a very large scale during that time. It was for the surgical and medical devices that I used to do for. So उस टाइम पे क्या होता था कि, या फिर उसके पहले भी जैसे मैं देखता था कि जब भी हम किसी डॉक्टर को विजिट कर रहे हैं एज अ मेडिकल सेल्स रेप, या फिर हम कहीं भी विजिट कर रहे हैं फॉर लेट्स से, कोई अगर मेडिकल सेल्स रेप वाले भी जो मेरे पहचान के थे, वो जब भी विजिट करते थे, जो सबको देखने का उनको एक नजरिया था, इट वाज वेरी कॉमन, ही इज गोना कम एंड ट्राई टू सेल, दैट्स ऑल. They would be taught few lines about the product, and they would be just, saying those lines to the doctor, and at the end they would just incentivize the doctor before they go. And the whole incentivization, you should see if the product is going to work for the doctor or not. In many cases, not in all, in many cases, there were few reps in the market who actually had the product knowledge, who actually knew what they are selling. Any one of you have seen the Pharma web series over here? uh, it's a recent web series. I think it's from the state of Kerala that they have made that web series. It's on the medical sales rep. Yeah, Mahek, you have seen it, yeah? I would just recommend, if no one has seen it, please go and watch it. I'm not sure what medium it is available on, but it's a very, very good web series to talk about how sales, medical sales field used to work in quite a few years ago. Right now, because there are a lot of pharmacists who are involved in this, it's quite changed. I always say this one line, that in India, pharmaceutical market is not, um, you know, sometimes you might feel that जो pharmacies होते हैं India में, they are not actually pharmacies, but they are just mode of business, because sometimes in many cases वहाँ पे जो बंदा उसको सेल कर रहा है ड्रग्स, वो काफी बार फार्मासिस्ट होता नहीं है. और इसका एक मेन रीजन है कि जो बॉडी है, गवर्निंग बॉडी है इंडिया की, फार्मासिस्ट गवर्निंग बॉडी, पीसीआई जो थी, आप देख लो. इसके पहले भी, सॉरी गाइस, इट्स जस्ट देयर इज सम marathon going on over here today on Saturday morning. That's the music for. Sorry, I was saying that PCI जो गवर्नमेंट बॉडी है इंडिया की, या फिर जो भी गवर्निंग बॉडीज है अलग अलग स्टेट्स के, वो काफी बार पॉलिटिशियंस रन करते हैं, और उनको रन करने वाला कोई फार्मासिस्ट नहीं है. जब तक कोई ओन फार्मा स्टूडेंट उसको रन ना करे, तब तक मुझे लगता नहीं है कि ये सारी चेंजेस मुमकिन होंगी. अब जब जाके फार्मासिस्ट, बी फार्म स्टूडेंट्स, डी फार्म स्टूडेंट्स, ये जो आ रहे हैं अलग अलग फील्ड से, and they have been started doing jobs of pharma marketing, sales marketing, field sales rep, and everything. I think the scenario is slowly changing because they actually know what they are selling, and they are true to themselves. They're not just trying to sell it, but they're just trying to understand what they are selling. And on the other side, in UK, so I came in UK in 2023, and very new to the whole field. I was not known to any pharma body over here. When I went to the interviews, and when I started actually being into the field, when I actually started being into the office and stuff, I've seen one thing, that the whole body is NP over here, National Pharmacy Association, which runs the pharmacies and all, is actually run. Sorry, I just got a message. Mostly the things revolve around the commissions and practitioners. Yeah, exactly. I agree. And I agree, usual, what you said. Yes.
Sushant, even Prachi has to say that the MRs have the understanding of the market and the pharma knowledge both.
Yeah. These days the MRs have it. Earlier क्या होता था कि जो MRs थे होते थे, वो BS students होते थे, या फिर sometimes they're not even from the BSc background
or other backgrounds.
अभी जो है, क्योंकि MRs भी हमारे सारे pharmacists बच्चे बनने लग गए. There are so many pharmacists in the market that actually the pharma world is now getting populated by the pharma people. Earlier, if you see any company's big sales rep today in the market, you will see there are different people sitting on the big bodies. Let's say Abbott, let's say any field. You choose any company, AstraZeneca, you see Intas, you see Ajanta Pharma, you see Glenmark, and you'll see that the in the higher bodies there are many people still, with the older people in the company, are not from the pharma background, and that's one of the reasons that they have grown throughout the hierarchy. By the same time, when they joined, there was no need of a pharma person to join in as a sales rep, because तभी जो pharmacist की जो amount थी इंडिया में काफी कम थी. So most of them used to be either pharmacists, either used to like to work in the factories within the regulatory frame, within the drug and discovery, and maybe something else as well. But yeah, they never used to be part of medical sales. I think medical sales is one of the least understood, क्या कह सकते हैं, काफी ऐसी फील्ड है जिसको लोग काफी कम रेट करते हैं, पर काफी इम्पोर्टेंट भी है, क्योंकि अगर आपका सेल्स का बंदा ही गलत होगा या फिर रॉन्ग होगा, तो आपका जो प्रोडक्ट है वो काफी काफी हद तक मार्केट में राइट रीच नहीं कर पाएगा. बिकॉज इंडिया में ये रीच कर जाता है क्योंकि इट इज मोर इंसेंटिवाइज्ड एंड इट डॉक्टर बेस्ड होता है. वहां पे पेशेंट अप्रूवल काफी कम कम लोग देखते हैं. Whereas in UK, when you go to the pharmacy, there is lot of PV involved, okay, and pharmacists actually call up to the companies to tell them, oh, we don't want a tablet of amlodipine from Accord Healthcare, but in if you can give us from Dr. Reddy or Dr. different brands, because a patient doesn't like this color. A patient. I'm just gonna come to your answer, Dipanshu. Dipansh, give me a second. Yeah, so I was just saying कि हमको ये कलर की टैबलेट चाहिए या फिर ये टैबलेट हमको सूट नहीं करती. We want the slow release one, we want this one, that one. So it's more of customer the patient based. Where in India, I've never seen that the patient goes to a doctor and says that I don't want this medicine but that medicine, or he goes to the pharmacy. He just takes what he takes. There are many patients in the market, even they don't know what they're getting for. And that's one of the reasons antibiotics so highly sold in India. Whereas in over here, you won't see any antibiotics. People don't take antibiotics. So yeah, but I presume that the scenario is changing, and we all are getting adapted to it. We, as in family, first start adoption towards it. We check our parents' prescription, we check our family's prescription, what they're getting, for what reason, what are the diagnoses, what doctor has been prescribing them. Because you all are pharmacists, you have all right to say no to what they are prescribing, because we can't blindly trust doctors for what they are giving to our patients. Why UK people don't consume antibiotics? When you consume an antibiotics, the resistant level to the body to the disorders becomes
More. Yes.
yeah. So over here, antibiotics have not been prescribed by doctors. So it's not people who take it. It's not been prescribed by the doctors, which is a good practice, don't you think?
Yes, sir. But then wouldn't it take much time to like recover?
It does take, but imagine your resistance levels are already high. Okay, so your resistance levels are already low. So you only get drugs for what you are diagnosed for. Let's say hay fever is a very common condition over here. ठीक है? So अगर इंडिया में किसी को hay fever या फिर sneezing हो जाती है, Exactly. Yeah, the food quality is good, but the punch I would say that in India as well, we eat a lot of non-veg. It's just the choice of the people as well, isn't it? Ki, if there are many people who are over here as well, they are vegan. They don't consume poultry. They don't consume probably any sort of meat.
Yes. So you were saying something. Hay fever हो जाता है उसके बाद.
हाँ जी, एक मिनट मैं ना सबके chats देख रहा हूँ because at the same time I'm just reading out them all this food multitasking. Well, but they consuming in today's world, people are already antibiotics resistant. Yes, they are at one point, but over here, पता है क्या होता है? Vaccinations होते हैं. You can go to the pharmacy and ask them for vaccinations, or you can enroll yourself for the vaccinations, different vaccinations throughout the year. Let's say COVID vaccinations होते हैं यहाँ पे, COVID jabs बोलते हैं, COVID flu jabs जो every other 6 months या फिर every 1 year people लेते रहते हैं. So they don't need such sort of antibiotics for to keep them going. So already because they have got a very good immunity for and also the overall climate over here is very suitable for living, and there's a lot of greenery over here, and people try to keep themselves fit by doing physical activities. Most of the people you would see, they are physically very active, and that's one of the reasons they've never been asked to prescribe antibiotics. Apart from them, I was saying about the hay fever condition. जब भी यहाँ पे climate change होता है, फिर pollinations होते हैं, तब जाके काफी आप समझ सकते हो कि pollen grains when they're gonna fly uh, in the air, when they're gonna be part of the air, so you're gonna inhale them. So at that time, what happens is usually when you inhale them, it chokes up your whole respiratory systems, and we call it as a hay fever, because of the pollination. And during that time, the only drug which has been prescribed is I will just show you the drug itself. I might have it in my bag.
That's lovely. Sushant, in the meanwhile, there's one question. Actually, you have a drug with you.
Yes, it's a citrusin hydrochloride. Can everyone see it?
Just a minute. I'll zoom it first, audience. Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, and it's nothing but just a citrusin hydrochloride, and yeah, that's all you need. And that
Sushant,
too
there's
is
one
been
query from Aditya Ingle. He is my colleague from Naipur, Hyderabad. And he has a question. What are the biggest challenges faced by US healthcare system today?
Hi Aditya. Very honestly speaking, I don't have an idea about US healthcare. I need
Oh.
to study it because okay,
Maybe he
explaining about
meant
the
to
US.
ask UK healthcare. That is what I assume. Maybe he wanted to ask for the UK, for London.
Okay,
Yeah,
UK
he's
healthcare.
UK. UK is what he meant. He
Yes,
has
my bad.
corrected.
Um, UK healthcare, the biggest challenges. I would come into the scenario. It is in my slide, but I would just say one thing. At the moment, the UK healthcare's biggest challenges within the pharma sector is nothing but procurement of drugs. Procurement of drugs according to the drug tariff, and operations, the logistics of the drugs. Because it's not like India that a drug can travel into a bike of a MR, or let's say on the in the bag of the MR in the heat. It's not like that. The drugs are need to be traveled, any tablet, any dosage form that you say need to be delivered in a air centralized van only. You can't do it on a van, bus,
Hmm.
car, bike, nothing. And which costs a single delivery an extra 10 to 15 pounds, which is 1500 rupees, if I say in Indian rupees. So imagine a per delivery to a pharmacy from a company, just distribution company to the pharmacy, is 1500 pounds per delivery if they're using this air centralized system. So that's one of the biggest challenges what I feel is logistics. My company
Another question we have of Ashish. which point is important to influence people to sell anything? कुछ भी चीज
In
बेचनी है तो कैसे बेचेंगे? इन्फ्लुएंस कैसे? That is what the basic question.
I think in selling, most important, I believe, don't sell what you want to sell. First, understand the need of the person, what he wants from you. What I've seen in overall my life, I've been in sales for last 7 years now. I think 7 to 8 years. If you take in all, I've been working since I was in my college. Uh, I had my own. Before that, I used to work for some other company. So I did my BSc chemistry from Mitibai, and then I pursued B.Pharm because I was not happy with BSc chemistry. I just felt like it was too much easy and did have many challenges, and I wanted to open something of my own in India. So I did my B.Pharm, and then my parents want me to study abroad, so they sent me over here, and I'm here now. So I've been in field for 7 to 8 years now. I've always seen this thing that what often we make as a mistake to sell is we try to sell what we want.
What the audience and marketing is important. Selling is very product centric. आप product का सोच लो. Marketing is you all think of the customer as it's very customer oriented, as Sushant said.
Is very customer oriented. Marketing is important, but because the question was sales based, so I would just say understand the consumer needs and then try to sell them, because you can keep on selling what you want till an extent, but not always. आप जो आपको बेचना है ना, वो आप एक हद तक बेच सकते हो. उसके बाद पता है क्या होता है कि वो कस्टमर ना काफी बार अंडरस्टैंड कर लेता है कि यू आर ट्राइंग टू जस्ट सेल, यू हैव नेवर अंडरस्टूड हिज नीड्स. वेरइन जब आप उसके नीड को अंडरस्टैंड करते हो, कोई भी डॉक्टर, कोई भी हॉस्पिटल, कोई भी पेशेंट, सिंगल कस्टमर, कोई भी कंपनी हो, जब आप उनके अंडरस्टैंड को नीड करते हो, आप उनको आपके प्रोडक्ट को ऐसे प्लेस करते हो उनके माइंड में कि सर आपकी ये नीड थी, इसके लिए मैंने आपको ये प्रोडक्ट दिया था, आप देखो. दैट इज द ट्रस्ट दैट यू बिल्ड विद दैट पर्सन. Yes, Piyu, I'm gonna answer this question. I'm just wanted to move ahead from this slide. So science gets the medicine approved, commercial skills get it adopted, paid, and trusted. This is what I mean by the first line, which I asked in the first slides: access, pricing, compliance, channels, execution, storytelling. Everything comes in the picture when it is about sales, marketing, product launching, and business development. Great science does not become successful medicine unless all of this works together. That's my belief. Everyone can think differently, I would just say. So the pharma value chain commercial skills begins at approval, not after. So basically, this is just what I've tried to say is over here is I've just tried to say that a science and evidence why you need the drug, a regulatory approval, market access, reimbursement, segmentation, positioning, sales execution, adoption, and growth. Uh, these are the phases a drug goes through in the whole field. Whereas in UK, commercial teams must engage with NHS access logic, nice evidence are requirements, drug tariff reimbursement, and commissioning conversations from day one. Without payer approval, the market simply doesn't open, right? And when it comes to India, commercial teams must master price architecture, channel selection, distributor trust, affordability, positioning, and scale. Uh, and then without channel reach, even strong science stalls. How many of you understood these two differences? Let's say, how many of you understood the difference in India and the difference in UK from just reading this slide? So I would just say NHS is a national body over here which looks after the drugs and stuff. NICE means the National Institute of Health and Care Excellence. And Is there anything what I need to explain?
Prachi has told that understood of India, not understood of UK.
Okay. National Health Service. Okay. Okay. Let me explain you how does the pharmacy works in. If I have in the slides over here. Yeah, I have it in the slide. You will understand later on as well. But still, let me introduce you to the pharmacy in UK. If you are going to a pharmacy in UK, when you enter to the pharmacy, you would see a dispensing area, an area where the pharmacist will consult you, so a consultation area, and then there is a OTC area. OTC means over the counter area. Okay. A pharmacist in the UK can be a dispenser, but may not be necessarily a dispenser. सो यूके में आपको उतनी ही गोलियां मिलेंगी जितनी आपके प्रिस्क्रिप्शन में है. आपकी प्रिस्क्रिप्शन में अगर 8 गोलियां होंगी तो 8 ही मिलेंगी, अगर 32 होंगी तो 32 ही मिलेंगी, अगर 17 होंगी तो 17 ही मिलेंगी. They won't sell you more than that. And over here, the drugs have been categorized into Cat A, Cat B, Cat C, Cat M, that you need to go and understand on the Google. Everything is available. So, and there are drugs which are controlled drugs as well. So you don't get access to the controlled drugs unless and until it's been prescribed by the doctor. Okay. Apart from that, if a pharmacy wants to order a controlled drug, let's say a pharmacy wants to order an naproxen from the distributor, they need to have that prescription actually with them before ordering. They can't order excess amount of controlled drugs within the pharmacy. Is it possible in India?
No, sir.
Exactly. And what do you think? What is right? Is this right thing, or what is happening in India is right thing?
Of course, in UK.
Yeah, I'm not saying because I'm in UK. I'm just saying where this has been regulated. Because obviously, controlled drug is named controlled drug because it should be controlled. You can't stock that drug just because you might have patient after few months. You know. Apart from that, it could be easily abused. So this reduces the chances of abusing. Okay. So I think this sort of regulations are needed. There are some regulatory change that we need in Indian pharmacies. This is one of them. Apart from that, I was saying about the pharmacist. A pharmacist in UK can give a flu jab, can give you he can prescribe drugs to you, he can consult you for your earwax cleaning, for your flu jobs, for your different treatments. He can give you basically different treatments which a normal doctor does in India. And that's the reason a pharmacy profession is a very high valued profession in UK as compared to is in India. A pharmacist is actually in demand role. To become a pharmacist in UK, you need to do a bridge course, which is called as OSPAP, which only 3 to 4 universities in UK they give that role. So in case if anyone wants to become a pharmacist in UK, you get paid a lot. I mean, it's a good money, and it's a not big investment, I would say, but still you earn a lot
Hello.
than what you invest. So OSPAP is the course, and there are a couple of universities like University of Sunderland, University of
Hello.
probably Brighton, which is Sussex, which does that. So in case if anyone wants
Yes,
to do
Ash.
that.
Just a minute.
So yeah,
Sir.
and then there is
Hello.
first there's a
Sushant,
consultation.
there's one
Yeah.
doubt from the other meet. Mr. Ashish. Yeah, Ashish, go ahead.
Good afternoon, sir. Sir,
Yeah.
my question is that what is the difference between rational use of drug
Hi Ashish,
in India
can you hear me?
and in UK?
Is it in the chat?
Sushant, yeah, Ashish has a query. He just told me that what is the difference between the rational use of drugs in UK versus the rational use of drugs in India?
Yes, sir.
I would say, I mean, in what context are you asking?
he meant कि suppose अब जैसे someone has a throat ache, okay, so he uses azithromycin directly as an antibiotic without even following the regime of 5 days, right? 250 mg, he directly just takes it. So what is the rational use? Is it the same scenario in UK that do they follow the regime over there? Do they first try to prescribe anti-allergic and then followed by an antibiotic? Or there's also
No.
an irrational use over there?
So in UK, I would tell you there is a myth, not myth, but there is a saying that we all say over here as in Indians. We carry our own antibiotics sometimes. आप जितने भी इंडियंस को देखोगे जो यूके में रहते हैं, वो सब ना जब इंडिया से जाते हैं तो अपने अपने एंटीबायोटिक्स लेके जाते हैं, अपने अपनी मेडिकेशंस लेके जाते हैं because it's allowed to you. So यहाँ पे मैं आपको एक सिंपल चीज बताता हूँ. आपने बहुत छोटी चीज कही है, एलर्जीज वगैरह, ये तो काफी छोटी चीज है. अगर आप किसी को चोट लगे, आई हैड अ फ्रेंड ऑफ माइन, ही एक्सीडेंटली like you know he accidentally fell from the e-scooter जो चला रहा था फ्रेंड्स के साथ, and he got his hand fractured. Okay, now imagine in India, if your hand is fractured, what would you do? They would treat you as an emergency, right? Yes or no? Just raise your hands or just say yes or something. Yeah, they would treat you, right, in the emergency. Here this guy goes to an emergency place in the hospital. He sits there for half an hour. Okay, he's in the pain already. Okay, when he goes to the first nurse, it's not doctor again. Okay, is the nurse who's going to treat him for the first emergency. He goes to the nurse. After half an hour, he reaches to the nurse. The nurse goes to him. Kya hua hai? What happened? And he says, okay, I've been fallen in this. She's like, okay, we need to assess the whole thing. But he said, I'm in the pain, guys. So she just gives him one painkiller and stops him there. Tells him, you need to go and do your whatever scans and everything over there. Now, when he goes to the major hospital, he's been asked there to sit for 4 hours before the actual doctors sees him. So yes, if you talk about, because someone asked me the question earlier of pharmaceutical sector, in overall healthcare, less amount of doctors is one of the needs that UK is facing today, because there's so much of load on NHS for the having skilled and qualified doctors. So Ashish sir, in UK, you won't be prescribed directly an antibiotic, or they would keep on giving you the regular medicine till you get cured. At the end, what they would do is assess you properly. But there's a very rare case that they would suggest you an antibiotic. Possibly, I've never heard of it. One, I've been earlier I have to work in sales as well, so I've never heard about someone asking for antibiotics.
But sir, this is traumatic. I mean, not getting treatment in UK. I mean, if someone is fractured and you are waiting for 4 hours,
I
that's
believe
something.
Yeah, go on. I'm listening to you.
Yeah, I mean, if somebody is fractured and you're telling that guy to wait for 4 hours, I think the resistance has already been developed in that case.
Yes, they believe in self-healing. They believe in self-healing. I say that they believe in self-healing. Yes,
Again,
Dipanshu.
ये same cheese, the same thing would have happened. Sushi in India, orthopedic surgeon bulao, ye bulao. There would have been a big chaos on that.
अगर आपको ऑपरेट करना भी नहीं होता तो डॉक्टर अपने खर्चे के लिए बोल देता ऑपरेट हो जाओ भाई. कि जहाँ पे ऑपरेशन की जरूरत भी नहीं होती वहां पे भी ऑपरेट करा देते हैं पेशेंट को, because he first of all has got mediclaim, or even if he's not getting mediclaim, they get paid by the patient.
There's one question from Prachi Patel. That is the reason, not a question, a statement rather. That is the reason of low quality education of pharmacy and awareness of pharmacy in India.
Sorry, I didn't got your question.
That's not a question. It's a statement by Prachi Patel. There's
Yes.
low level of education and low level of awareness amongst pharmacists in India.
I agree, Prachi. मैंने आपको पहले ही बोला कि इसका रीजन ये है कि जो अथॉरिटीज है, हायर अथॉरिटीज है इंडियन गवर्नमेंट की पीसीआई बॉडीज पे या फिर फार्मास्यूटिकल बॉडी, पीसीआई तो अभी बना है, पर उसके पहले भी जो फार्मास्यूटिकल अथॉरिटीज थी, दे वर नेवर रन बाय अ फार्मासिस्ट इटसेल्फ। जब तक एक फार्मासिस्ट या फिर एक मेडिकल प्रोफेशनल उसको रन नहीं कर रहा होता है, तब तक आपको उसमें वैल्यूज नहीं दिखेंगे ना, आपको उसमें पॉलिटिक्स एंड प्रॉफिट ही दिखेगा, क्योंकि उसको एक रन ही पॉलिटिशियन कर रहा है। सो द चेंज वी नीड इज नॉट एट द मोमेंट, चलो लो लेवल पे चेंज हो भी जाए, कोई ज्यादा बदलेगा नहीं अगर अथॉरिटीज हायर लेवल पे सेम ही डिसीजन मेकिंग में रहेंगे, है ना। सो यस, एंड वन ऑफ द रीजंस, I presume someone said in over here that in India the healthcare is definitely bigger and better as compared. I agree with you, Deepansh, on this, but the whole point is in UK it's free. You pay taxes, which is informally you're paying the government, but even if you're not paying taxes, you still get treated. I would give an example. I had a friend of mine. He met a very big accident. He was actually crashed by a car. Okay, and he still he was able to walk, so he went walking. This is another scenario now, but Pihu and who are actually laughing on this, obviously me as well. So उसका एक अलग मैं यूके हेल्थ केयर का बताता हूँ आपको. So when he went actually to an hospital directly, they took him to the emergency because he was bleeding and stuff, and they took whole care of him for 1 month. They had medical practitioner visiting him every day. They had mental health assessor visiting him every day. They had food for him, whatever, protein rich food, everything every day. And that was whole for the free of cost. Obviously, he paid IHS once, but what you pay as an IHS fee is just 1,500, 1,800. And in UK, staying in a hospital for 1 month is gonna cost you more than 1,500, 15 lakhs or 16 lakhs, probably more than that. But he only paid 1 lakh something as an IHS fee, which is necessary when you take a visa to UK, if you're on a visa. But at the same time, see this sort of care, would it be possible in India for free? No, Deepanshu, they won't let you die. Deepanshu, they won't let you die. That's for sure. They would take care, utmost care. If you're gonna die, they would prioritize you. If you're not gonna die, they will let you till you reach that position, but they won't let you die. So the rate is very low of patient dying into the into the hospital. Yeah. So coming back to this point slide, UK commercial teams must engage NSS access logic, nice evidence requirements, drug tariff, reimbursement, and exactly. So when I say about UK over here in this slide, if you see in this slide over here, the teams who are gonna sell the product, they need to know what is the NHS drug tariff, what is the regulatory of that product, what is the conversation of the commission from the day one without the payer approval. Payer is basically the NHS only who is the payer in the UK, is not the normal consumer. So when I say how does the pharmacy works in UK, so when what I told you was the physical structure of the pharmacy, but actually what happens, every drug in UK is been regulated by NHS. हर एक ड्रग की प्राइस डिसाइडेड होती है एनएचएस के द्वारा, उसको हम ड्रग टैरिफ बोलते हैं, जो हर महीने के स्टार्ट में निकलता है ड्रग टैरिफ, जिसमें हर एक ड्रग जो सेल किया जाता है यूके के अंदर, वो हर एक ड्रग उसमें इन्वॉल्व है. ठीक है. अब क्या होता है, उसकी प्राइसेस डिसाइडेड है. नाउ एज अ फार्मासिस्ट, जब मुझे ड्रग खरीदना है डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर से, तो मुझे 2 चीजें देखनी है. एक तो डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर की प्राइस, और दूसरा मुझे जो उस पर रिइंबर्समेंट मिलने वाली है एनएचएस की तरफ से, वो, बिकॉज पेशेंट इज नॉट गोना पे मी फॉर द ड्रग. ठीक है. और जो कमर्शियल टीम है जो उसको सेल कर रही है ड्रग को, उनको देखना है कि मेरा प्राइस जो है वो ड्रग टैरिफ से कितना कम है, बिकॉज उनके पास पोजीशनिंग वो भी एक कि चलो मेरा ड्रग तो बहुत अच्छा है, मेरे पास अवेलेबिलिटी भी है, बट अगर मेरा ड्रग टैरिफ से ज्यादा है तो कोई फार्मेसी मेरे से खरीदेगी क्या? नहीं, अनलेस एंड अनटिल इट इज it's a high value drug, or let's say अगर उसकी कमतरता हो मार्केट में, if it's high in demand, otherwise they won't buy it, isn't it? So for the commercial teams, they need to make sure that the drug price is less than what is the drug tariff. What is the drug tariff for this drug? For example, recently dapagliflozin, which is Foxiga, if you know, which is used for diabetes. So Foxiga is a brand name of a drug which went generic in UK under the name of dapagliflozin. So the dapagliflozin actual molecule. So dapagliflozin went generic. The reimbursement on Foxiga was £35. So the pharmacies used to get a Foxiga from the distributor for £34, £33, and 50 pence or something like this. Okay? And they used to get reimbursed from the NHS for £35. So उनका profit कुछ £1.5 था उसके अंदर. But as soon as it went generic, the first time it was sold for £32. ठीक है? And let's say £34 पे ही उन्होंने सेल करना स्टार्ट किया था, 34, 33, और फार्मासिस्ट फिर भी बाय कर रही थी बिकॉज दे वर गेटिंग पेड 35. सो £2 का डिफरेंस, 50 पैसे का डिफरेंस फिर भी था. आपको क्या लगता है एक हफ्ते में उसकी प्राइस कहाँ पे गिरी होगी? एनी गेसेस कि वो प्राइस £34 से एक हफ्ते के अंदर छोड़ दो, एक दिन के अंदर कहाँ पे गई होगी?
Prachi is selling £10.
Okay, anyone else?
Sushant, Barsha Bhardwaj has written something in the chat box with respect to European Union, European countries for the GDP per capita.
I'll read it.
Yeah, it's too long. Yeah.
I've got some questions still pending from the first
all
one.
right. Pihu is telling £20. Dipanshu is telling £50.
50, 50, or
50, £50. Yeah.
Oh, 50, I see Dipanshu. Yes, obviously the price didn't went up, but it went low. So within one day, let's say कि वो product generic जब हुआ, वो morning का time था 10 बजे, तब वो £34 पे sell हो रहा था. Afternoon तक वो £18 पे चला गया, ठीक है? And evening तक same drug was selling at £11 and 50 pence. That was a closing deal for that product. So जिसने उसको morning में खरीदा उसको भी डिलीवरी कल ही मिलेगी, जिसने उसको इवनिंग में खरीदा उसको भी डिलीवरी कल ही मिलेगी, बट दे नाउ कांट चेंज बिकॉज द इनवॉइस वर ऑलरेडी मेड. सो इमेजिन, एंड फॉर द होल मंथ दिस कीप ऑन हैपनिंग. कभी क्या होता था कि वो जेनरिक सारे आउट ऑफ स्टॉक होते थे तो वापस प्राइस बढ़ जाती थी टुवर्ड्स £35, और जिसको खरीदना है, जिसके पास प्रेस्क्रिप्शंस है कल के लिए, तो उनको तो वो लेनी ही है. They used to again buy it for £35. But the fact is, the government was still paying them for 4 months £35. So they made a huge profit on that drug. So this is one of the benefits when the government does a drug tariff. But on the other hand, there's a drug called indapamide 2.5, which went short in the market. And it was priced at £5 to £6, but it was still getting paid by government for 50 to 60 pence. So there was a huge profit. There was a huge loss in that drug, and it is again a high value drug, so high in demand drug. So people use it a lot. So what happened in this case? What happens in this case? Let's say जब एक ड्रग टैरिफ के बाद किसी ड्रग की प्राइस ऊपर चली जाती है, तो स्टार्टिंग में तो मंथ के ड्रग टैरिफ आता है, पर एंड में जो आता है उसको ड्रग कंसेशन बोलते हैं.
Mr. Aditya Ingre is telling it's like an intraday trading £34 to £11.
Actually, they have buyers in the pharmacy to just buy drugs. A lot of people operate from India as a buyers to this pharmacy. Can you imagine? Just a profession to buy medicine for a pharmacy. That's huge. The profit margin sometimes is. A right buyer can make you a profit of 50 to 60,000 pounds, which is 60 lakhs to 50 lakhs per month or per quarter, let's say. It's a big high in demand. So I was just saying about something. Yeah, at the start of the month comes a drug tariff, but the end of the month comes a drug concession. So जिस भी drug की price drug tariff से ऊपर जा रही है उस पूरे month में, तो एक concession value government pay करती है उस drug को. Let's say इंडिपेंडेंट की value drug tariff में 0.60 pence थी, तो वो 15 तारीख या फिर 16 तारीख को उसकी प्राइस बढ़ गई अचानक से. तो एंड ऑफ द मंथ विच इज 30th ऑफ दैट मंथ they would come out at a concession where the indie price would be again £6, which is as similar to the value it has been raised to. So yeah, laws भी होने देते नहीं है आपका, but it's again a risk. Sometimes ये risk उठानी पड़ती है और sometimes कोई उठाता नहीं है. Just wait till the prices go down और तब तक शायद पेशेंट आपके फार्मेसी शिफ्ट भी सकता है. ऑल्सो वन थिंग, यूके में पेशेंट को चॉइस होता है कि उसके एरिया में 10 फार्मेसीज है, उसका जीपी एक ही होगा जो गवर्नमेंट उसको अप्रूव करेगा जीपी, ठीक है. पर वो 10 फार्मेसीज में उसमें से कोई भी फार्मेसी चूज कर सकता है जहां पे उसको जाना है. जरूरी नहीं कि डॉक्टर उसको लिख के देगा पर्ची जिस फार्मेसी की उसी फार्मेसी में जाना है, नहीं. ही हैज होल राइट टू चूज हिज ओन फार्मेसी और उसी फार्मेसी में उसकी पर्ची जाएगी. It depends upon the other services that the pharmacy provides. So as exactly what I said earlier, ear wax cleaning, blood pressure monitoring, flu jabs, ये सब जो pharmacies देते हैं, उन pharmacies में ही आप देखोगे कि other pharmacy services बोलते हैं इसको. तो उन pharmacies में हमेशा patients ज्यादा जाते हैं क्योंकि फिर उनको जीपी के वेट नहीं करनी पड़ती इन छोटे छोटे चीजों के लिए जहाँ पे उनको कंसल्ट किया जाए.
Sushant, over here there are a lot of people in India who are going to close the pharmacy store on the May 12th or 20th of May because they are against the online pharmacies, the Apollo and 1mg and all these. So there are going to be approximately 20 lakh pharmacy stores which are going to be shut down all over India because of the revolt against the telehealth and the e-pharmacies. What's your take on this?
I think telehealth is necessary at some extent, not in the cities, but in the distant villages in India, जहाँ पे अभी भी health care काफी दूर है. तो telehealth वहाँ पे necessity आज भी है. I have worked on a project on telehealth when I was in UK in my MBA. And I feel that telehealth is necessary in India because the amount of population in India is very much at this moment. And to cater such a high population, you need alternatives than regular pharmacies. Because when you go to regular pharmacy, they charge you hefty amount of price for a drug. They would never prescribe a generic. It's only when what doctor prescribes, the pharmacy is going to sell you that. इन माई ओपिनियन आप में से सबको बचपन से ऐसा एक्सपीरियंस आया होगा कि आप जब भी डॉक्टर के पास जाते हो, काफी लोगों को आया हो, काफी लोगों को शायद आया भी नहीं होगा क्योंकि उनके घर पे अवेयरनेस होगी. वो जब आप फार्मेसीज में जाते हो तो आपको जो चार्ज किया जाता है अमाउंट, वो ड्रग का एग्जैक्ट एमआरपी होता है. राइट. एंड in many cases you also now know that the drug has been priced 50% above what it is actual prices. 80% above what its actual price is. Do you think we need such amount of profits for a single drug? I don't think so, that we need it. I mean,
there are so many taxes, about the ceiling price. There are high taxes that we all pay without under the label of maximum retail pricing. Exactly. That people are unaware of.
Regular pharmacies, I would just say, if they're moaning about what they are facing right now, it's just their karma, I would say. Because they have been charging people a lot for over the years. Anyone whose family owns a pharma business, in probably a year or two, he would be break even in what investment he has done. No other business in the India would give such amount of profits, if not pharmacy, if it is running properly with the good doctors. Many cases, the pharmacy owns the doctor's clinic as well. They would pay the rent for doctor's clinic as well. I've seen myself, I had an opportunity in the past Yes, Deepansh, it has been changed by Pradhan Mantri Janaragya Pharma stores. Exactly. How many Janaragya Pharma stores do you see in the whichever city you live, like into your vicinity? I mean, I used to live in Vasai, Nalasopara, Virar, because I used to go to college as well over there. So I have seen probably 4 to 5 Janaushadhi Kendra within the whole city.
Yes, sir.
Exactly. At least in Mumbai, I have seen this. Apart from that, I have not seen this. Janash. And apart from that, what happens with this pharmacy stores? People don't trust them because there is no brand involved. इंडिया में जो मेंटालिटी है ना अभी भी लोगों की वही है कि they don't call it paracetamol, they call it dolo or they call it crocin still. So जब तक वो ब्रांड नेम दिखता नहीं है ना तब तक उनको एक्सेप्टेंस नहीं आता उस चीज का और काफी
सर
सारे
ये
जेनेरिक
सब चीज सर लाइक दीज थिंग्स ये सब कैसे लाइक ट्रीट होगा इंडिया में लाइक दीज प्रॉब्लम्स
awareness or proper sales marketing and I think things. Let's say packaging. आप देख लो makes you what makes you more confident about a product? Isn't it the packaging and the overall branding of the product?
yeah.
What do you think? If the generics we have, okay, is been properly marketed and properly branded, don't you think it would or it properly उसका packaging भी अच्छी हो तो आपको लगता है कि उसकी थोड़ी एक्सेप्टेंस बढ़ जाएगा मैं कहूंगा नहीं कि 100% बढ़ जाएगा पर थोड़ा बढ़ जाएगा एटलीस्ट
Yes, sir.
But the brands, Sushant, they have done a phenomenal job. We must appreciate the marketing. के जैसे आपने एक example दिया कि whenever a person wants to have 650 mg, he will always tell Dolo ले लो. He will never say मुझे 650 mg API PCM दो. So they have instilled it so strong in the minds of people.
I would say they have not instilled it. They have just taken the advantage of the loophole in the system.
Right.
Right? Because you can't advertise something with a name which your drug is. You can't claim something
Right.
over here with such name. यहाँ पे for example मैं जब रास्ते पे चलता हूँ मुझे कोई बिलबोर्ड्स नहीं दिखते क्रोसिन की डोलो की या फिर कोई एडवर्टाइजमेंट नहीं दिखती किसी और चीज की until and unless it is a OTC product. ठीक है हमारे यहाँ पे कुछ भी क्लेम्स करो कंपनीज बच जाती है काफी देर के बाद जब कोई समझदार बंदा उसके अंदर आता है तो वो समझता है कि चलो ये क्लेम्स सारी फेक थी आई वुड हाईली टेल यू टू गो एंड वॉच द फार्मा वेब सीरीज इट्स अमेजिंग इट हैज एक्सप्लेन्ड यू अ लॉट अबाउट द फार्मा वर्ल्ड इन इंडिया हाउ मैनिपुलेटेड इट इज बाय द फार्मा कंपनीज and how corrupted it is in the same sense and I just believe Pihu what you asked me the question it would take time but generations like us can bring that change when you
Certainly,
resist
sir.
yeah exactly and see it starts from your home when tomorrow your parents are gonna you said your father is already a farmer
Yes, sales and marketing.
yeah, professional so I would just say कि जब आपके घर में भी कोई ड्रग आता है आप फार्मासिस्ट हो तो आपका ये काम बनता है कि आपको देखना है कि भाई वो ड्रग की एक्चुअल वैल्यू उतनी मुझे देने की जरूरत है कि उसका कोई जेनेरिक वर्जन है जो हम खरीद सकते हैं and you
Right,
can
right.
fight
We always do the same.
yeah you can fight for that you don't need to go and buy something just because it's branded because someone mentioned in the chat it has got underwent the same process and everything I have been listening this since I have been part of pharmacy but the whole point is हम में से काफी लोग जब हमारे पेरेंट्स की बात आती है जब हमारे फैमिली की बात आती है हम नजरअंदाज करते हैं सब चीजें हम सोचते नहीं नहीं उनको बेस्ट ही मिलना चाहिए बेस्ट मिलेगा एट व्हाट कॉस्ट आप वो पैसे उनकी किसी और थेरेपी में लगा दो किसी और चीज में लगा दो इट इज स्टिल बिकॉज ड्रग इज still the same molecule isn't it so yeah I was come back to the slide sales marketing business development I've just mentioned key execution engine for the sales is a medical representative territory planning daily call execution relationship management objection handling CRM discipline, reporting, real-time field intelligence. That what a sales field involves. Marketing में आता है product executive, brand manager, segmentation, targeting, positioning. How should a product be positioned within the field? Clinical data into value messaging. See, this is a very important line. Clinical data into the value messaging, not the fake clinical data, but the actual narrative of the product, not something what you want to sell, something which your product actually does. Okay? Launch and planning, KOL and campaign designing, life cycle growth and portfolio strategy, which is important as well. Key, what does your portfolio holds? How are you gonna strategize it within the marketing, within your for your brand? And in business development is more about the commercial analyst, licensing lead, in licensing, out licensing deals, acquisitions, market entry, commercial due diligence and integration. I would just explain in a very short and simple sweet line. ठीक है? बिजनेस डेवलपर जो होता है, बिजनेस डेवलपमेंट जो बंदा होता है किसी भी कंपनी का, उसका काम होता है कि उसको बिजनेस कहाँ से मिल सकता है, वो टेरिटरीज वो चूज करता है. ठीक है, उस एरिया में कौन सा प्रोडक्ट क्या प्राइस पे फिट आएगा वो उसको एनालाइज करना होता है. ठीक है, लेट्स से अगर उसको लग रहा है कि उसको अफ्रीका में प्रोडक्ट बेचना है, अफ्रीका के लाइसेंसेस क्या होते हैं, उसको यूरोप में बेचना है तो यूरोप के लाइसेंसेस क्या होते हैं, उसको यूके में बेचना है तो यूके में लेट्स से एमएचआर इज द बॉडी, in Germany B.Pharm is the body. So have their product got a proper licensing or not? According to licenses that their product have, how he can use those licenses, or let's say that particular product, how he can strategize to sell that product in that particular market. That is the brain behind the business development executive or business development manager or something. Marketing में क्या आता है? These are the general terms how it should work. I'm not going to tell you how it actually works, because probably some companies you will see business development doing sales role as well and every other role. But what actual role of business development person is this is the role. He needs to grow the portfolio. He needs to understand what his portfolio holds. He is not the marketing guy. He's not the sales guy. A business development guy could not be given targets on the basis of how many packets of tablets he's going to sell. It's on how much area he's going to cover, what is his overall turnover in that area. That's what he's targeted on. Marketing जो बंदा है, let's say, वो उसको अब ये बिजनेस डेवलपमेंट ने प्रोडक्ट तो दे दिया कि इस कंट्री में मुझे बेचना है, ये मेरा टारगेट एरिया है, ये पोजीशनिंग होनी चाहिए. उसको कैसे एग्जीक्यूट करना है, उसको मार्केट के अकॉर्डिंग कैसे फिट करना है. लेट्स से कि किसी एरिया में मुझे एक सनस्क्रीन बेचनी है, ठीक है, तो मैंने सोचा कि मैं जाऊंगा स्पेन में, बिकॉज देयर इज अ लॉट ऑफ हीट ओवर देयर, पीपल वुड नीड sunscreens over there. Now the whole point is the marketing guy needs to understand the overall mentality of the people in Spain. What colors do they prefer? What are their attractions? How is gonna reach the message? What is the word that is gonna hook them in the whole marketing campaign, right? How we can launch the campaign? What are the channels that he can reach out this product to? Okay, so this is the thing that the marketing guy needs to understand. Wherein the sales person सबसे आखिरी में रोल में आता है. इसका काम होता है कि जो एरिया डिसाइड किया है बिजनेस डेवलपर ने, मार्केटिंग कैंपेनर या फिर मार्केटिंग टीम ने डिसाइड की है, उसके हिसाब से अब वो प्लानिंग करें कि उसको कौन से एरिया में कब कब विजिट करना है और कब कब उसको वहां पे जाके वहां के जो प्रॉपर डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन चैनल्स है या फिर लेट्स से फार्मेसीज है या फिर लेट्स से वहां के जो शॉप्स है जिसमें उसको प्रोडक्ट बेचना है, उसके लिए क्या स्ट्रेटजी बनानी है. सो द बिजनेस डेवलपमेंट होल फील्ड कवर्स द, लेट्स से इज गोना लुक फॉर अ मेजर पार्ट. उनका किस फार्मेसी में जाके काम करना है वो, या फिर किस फार्मेसी में जाके उनको टारगेट करना है, वो उनका रोल नहीं है. उनका रोल है कि एरिया टारगेट करना है. मार्केटिंग का रोल है कि इस एरिया को कैसे टारगेट करना है, क्या इसकी पोजीशनिंग होनी चाहिए, और सेल्स का रोल है कि जो टारगेटेड एरिया है, टारगेटेड मार्केट है, टारगेटेड कैंपेन्स जो बनाई है, उनको कैसे रीच आउट करना है एंड कंज्यूमर या फिर एंड रिसीवर के लिए, ठीक है. So these are the differences between the sales, marketing, and business development. I hope you I made it very clear, and I think, is anyone having any doubts regarding this three options? I will just take it no from you guys. Now, this is the slide which I wanted to share. जब मैं उसको explain मैंने पहले भी explain कर दिया, but it makes it more easier. MHRA is the body which is the regulatory body in UK. NHS England, which is basically the UK licensing, MHRA. Since Brexit is MHRA. ब्रेग्जिट पता है आपको क्या होता है? ब्रेग्जिट ये एक चीज है जब डॉक्यूमेंट साइन हुआ था कि यूरोप का जो पार्ट यूके नहीं रहेगा, यूके इज नॉट गोना बी पार्ट ऑफ यूरोप. सो पहले क्या होता था, एक ही लाइसेंस चलता था पूरे यूरोप और यूके के लिए. अब अगर आपको यूरोप में सेल करना है तो आपको अलग लाइसेंसिंग लगती है, जिसमें 35 to 36 नेशंस आते हैं, और यूके में आपको सेल करना है तो आपको एमएचआरए लाइसेंसिंग लगती है. सो इट्स अ डिफरेंट बॉडी ऑल टुगेदर नाउ. सो you have to pass MHRA, then NHS England would be commissioning the value of the drug and stuff, and then community pharmacy जो भी NHS contractor है वो आपको सर्विस करेंगे. Apart from that, and the second point, nice, जो मैंने बोला था आपको कि वो भी एक अलग बॉडी है जो लुक आफ्टर करती है towards the cost effectiveness and all. So it's the National Institute of Health Science and Care Excellence. ये जो बॉडी है वो क्या करती है, वो ड्रग टैरिफ डिसाइड करेगी, रिइंबर्समेंट डिसाइड करेगी उस ड्रग का क्या होना चाहिए, और ये जाएगी हॉस्पिटल फार्मेसीज में. एनएचएस कहाँ जाएगी? कम्युनिटी फार्मेसी में. नाइस का टारगेट करती है हॉस्पिटल फार्मेसीज. एंड लेट्स से फॉर द एंड कंज्यूमर दोनों का क्या है? पेशेंट है, राइट. एबीपीआई कोड जो होता है इज इम्पोर्टेंट एग्जाम फॉर ऑल द pharmacy professionals, sales professionals in UK, either within 1 or 2 years. You have to complete it. We have got 2 big books to study. I'm just going to show you that books as well. Oh, can everyone see this?
Yes, sir.
Am I visible, guys? Yeah. So yeah, we got these 2 books we need to study, out of which one is in compulsory units over here. Can you see?
Yes, sir.
I'm just gonna send the photo in the chat, so you, if that's possible. Let me just see. I didn't think I'll be able to tell you the chat.
No,
But on
you
my
would.
other
You can drop that in. You can just drop the title in the comment. Maybe that
yeah,
works.
it's gonna be ABPI, Advanced Professional Program, and we have got. So imagine a sales professional who is working in the sales field needs to undergo these 2 exams. Isn't it amazing that now the person who's going to sell it actually needs to undergo an exam before he starts selling it, right? Do you think it's a good regulatory thing, or do you think it's too much, to be honest? Just waiting. So in this, पता क्या होता है? There are 2 exams. One is optional disease exam. So let's say someone wants to be a sales professional of respiratory disorders, or let's say someone wants to be of cancer and stuff. So दोनों के आपके एक टॉपिक्स ऑप्शनल चूज कर सकते हो, और जो कुछ टॉपिक्स है वो कंपल्सरी टॉपिक्स है, जिसमें आपके ओवरऑल ह्यूमन बॉडी एनाटॉमी सारा कुछ आता है. ऑब्वियसली एज अ फार्मासिस्ट यू स्टडी, ठीक है, बट नॉट नेसेसरी कि आप फार्मासिस्ट हो इसके लिए आप सेल्स प्रोफेशनल बने, और फिर आप सेल्स प्रोफेशनल हो तो फार्मासिस्ट नहीं हो. काफी बार ऐसा हो सकता है. सो इस केस में ऐसी एग्जाम्स हेल्प करती है कि जो बंदा बेच भी रहा है मेडिसिन, उसको पता है कि वो एक्चुअली क्या बेच रहा है और उसके इफेक्ट्स क्या होने वाले हैं. So I believe this sort of regulations are much needed in India as well. to make sure that right person is been in the right profession to sell products. So I'm just gonna go the whole the overall budget planning and stuff of the community pharmacies in England, according to 2025-26, which is the latest information I got. So the baseline CPF funding was 3.73073 billion British pounds, which is now multiply this number by 126, and then you get the Indian rupees of them. 215 millions pharmacy first and excess recovery. So what is pharmacy first? जो मैंने आपको पहले बोला था कि काफी सारी फार्मेसीज जो होती है वो काफी सारी सर्विसेज प्रोवाइड करती है, ईयर वैक्सीनिंग, फ्लू जॉब्स, ये सब, तो ये सब आती है फार्मेसी फर्स्ट सर्विसेज में. सो जब मैंने कहा था कि डॉक्टर्स का लोड काफी ज्यादा है यहाँ पे, तो उसको ईज करने के लिए इन्होंने काफी सारी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज अब फार्मासिस्ट को दे दी है. और जो हमारे यहाँ पे लोग फार्म डी कर रहे हैं, अब देखो उनको भी वो अपॉर्चुनिटीज देने के लिए गवर्नमेंट आगे पीछे देखता है. हियर यू बीन अ नॉर्मल फार्मासिस्ट एज वेल, they're trusting you with this because they know that pharmacist is not a profession to be looked down, and they are not only mean to just sell the product or stock the product. We have studied a lot more than that. It's just there is no trust, or probably I feel the medical body in India is quite biased towards doctors.
There is,
And
the MCI, it has dominated so much that they feel that pharmacy study 32 subjects during their 4 years tenure. They have a very good knowledge of pharmacology and definitely of anatomy.
Exactly. I would say if Payam tomorrow goes and sits with a doctor, he's going to have more knowledge of a drug than any random doctor who is a MBBS as well, because probably he is not that much studied about that drug, because ड्रग की जो नॉलेज ऑफ फार्मासिस्ट से बेटर मुझे लगता नहीं किसी को होनी चाहिए, है ना? So we should.
It's just they are good at indications. They know that in which disease what drug is to be indicated, but what drug acts in what way, onset, duration. Probably we have a greater knowledge.
Exactly. Exactly. I understand. Sorry,
I just got very emotional from this statement. That was I interrupted you. I agree with you on that.
Isn't it a pain point? Every pharmacist is
That's
facing
a pain point, for everyone.
Yes. Sorry, just need to go back to the chats because I think I missed something.
Sushant, we have more 10-15 minutes. All right.
That's it.
Yes. So so we can 3:40 we have the timing, so we have 30 minutes more, so we can
okay.
Face up if possible.
Yeah. Piyu, the answer was OSPAP, OSPAP. Deepanshu has answered it rightly in the chat. I'm just revisiting the questions that you guys have asked.
I really like the color of the slides that you have chosen. I appreciate the combination,
I'll give you the secret of the slides.
Yeah, I know that. I'm going to talk to you after the session. Lovely, good colors, very good colors.
Thank you. Okay, there's a question from someone of you regarding my stress levels to achieve targets and UK. I would just say over here it's quite easy for me as compared to India because it's not micromanaged. Sometimes there are stress levels. The company would ask you to. When I was in India, I was being stressed a lot regarding my targets and stuff because I used to do of my own. So I have to cover all the cost. But and when I see my other colleagues as well who are working in the sales field, I've seen them been actively chased, or people who have been working in sales, they know it, how they chase, how micromanaged it is, that for the over the month they have been just asked to bang on. They don't care about your daily life routine, just log in, log out timings. They care about. Even if you're 5 minutes late, they're gonna chase you up for why you're 5 minutes late, why you're this and that. And in case if you miss your target after being 5 minutes late, they're gonna be taunting about you the 5 minutes late for the whole of rest of your.
They will call out that
Yeah,
immediately.
exactly. In every meeting, they're gonna be, chasing around you. Oh, what is your target? What is not? No. But what I feel over here, when I first joined the company, for the first month, overall month, I was being asked just to do my job. That's it. Just to get trained on what I am doing, and just to give a take time of what I'm take time for learning things. And I've been never chased for targets over here. But virtually, if you're good ethically, आप खुद target match कर लेते हो. So I haven't faced, by God's grace, for such certain things. Okay. So guys, I will share the slides with Payam. Payam would be giving you slides as well. So basically, the pharmacy first, how the service payments works in UK is the pharmacy first clinic consultation is 17 pounds per consultation. Medicine service is 14 pound per completed session. This is what you have to pay when you go to pharmacies. Apart from if you're taking pharmacy first consultations and stuff, but you don't have to pay for the drugs. The pharmacy contraception services, because it's a high demand service in the UK, people are so much active sexually that they need this service. So it's 25 pounds per consultation. An expensive prescription fee is just 2.2% over the net ingredient cost. So these are the regular charges you have to pay for the pharmacies if you are taking any of these services apart from the drugs. Then this is about the licensing, the commercial granulate of UK, the MHRA license from Jan 1. The MHRA started licensing.
One thing that I'd like to brief audience. Sushant has written one thing on the screen: HTA, Health Technology Assessments. We have a session on this proper about market access and HTA and HEOR, economic modeling, by Mr. Asim, who will be dealing with what is Quali, DALI, all of this.
Yeah, I would recommend if you're having a lecture on this.
Yeah,
Please do
tomorrow it
attend.
is at around 8 p.m. if I'm not wrong. We
I
have at
think it's
8 p.m.
very necessary to attend such lectures at this point of time. You
Right.
understand a lot about the overall aspect of the business, and then the NHS commercial decisions and adoption and commissioning. There's nothing to explain in this. I've been already explained on the whole thing. So I just go forward from here as well. Indian pharmaceutical market. So 39% is out of pocket expenditure. A patient pays from his own pocket. 64% is the outpatient care from the private facilities that we take. 18,646. That's how many Jan Aushadhi Kendra are there. I think someone mentioned in the chat that we have Jan
Pradhan
Aushadhi Kendra.
Mantri.
Look at the numbers, look at the population. We won't be able to cater such a huge population with such small
The
numbers.
ratio is very bad. Pharmacist to patient ratio,
exactly.
the doctor to
And
patient.
80% Jan Aushadhi medicine cheaper than branded, which is agreed with you.
It's same like NEET, 20 lakh students sitting and only 2 lakh seat.
Exactly. Yeah. We'll come to it later.
Yeah.
In commercial channels,
Sir, I have
private.
a doubt.
Yes, please go on.
सर लाइक ये जो जन औषधि जो भी केंद्र ये नरेंद्र मोदी ने जो भी ये खोला है सो isn't it like a loss for pharmaceutical companies क्योंकि लोग अभी like the more the people are getting aware the more वो लोग branding वाला दवाई छोड़ के generic medicines पे switch हो रहे हैं and then it's more like कि दूसरे companies का now मतलब अभी जो अगर branded medicine if for example agar wo 90% it was being sold so because of this initiative it is like has been reduced to 50-60%.
नहीं ये मैं बोल रहा हूँ कि cheaper medicine है मतलब 50 to 80% medicine की price cheaper है as compared to the branded ones. That's what I mean by this slide.
वो वही कह रही है कि सेल्स कम हो जाएगी ना. अब सिप्ला का पहले सपोज जेनेरिक आने से पहले सिप्ला 80% भेज रही थी. अब उसकी जेनेरिक has been introduced. So the sales of Cipla will definitely go down from 80 to 60 maybe somewhere with introduction.
It does go down. It does go down. There is no doubt in that. It does go down. But the whole point we have to understand, the patent with the company stays for 20 years, right? 15 to 20 years, right? That's the whole life cycle of the patent. आप सोचो अगर जेनेरिक उसकी 50 to 80% चीपर है, विच मीन्स लाइक से 10 पाउंड लेते हैं हम, अगर वो दवाई 2 पाउंड में बेच रही है, ठीक है, बिक रही है जेनेरिक, तो उसकी प्रोडक्शन कॉस्ट कितनी होगी? आपको क्या लगता है? जेनेरिक कंपनी में उसको लॉस में तो बेचेगी नहीं, they would be selling on the profit, right? And in pharmaceutical, the general profit that generic charges it 100% profit. So let's say अगर वो 1 पाउंड की बन रही है तो उस पर 100% प्रॉफिट आप गिन लो कितना होना चाहिए, 1 पाउंड. So अगर वो 2 पाउंड पे बिक रही है, मतलब it is already made on I think 1 pound or maybe less than 1 pound, to be honest. One rupees. Sorry, I'm just confused with pounds and rupees. So 10 रुपए में अगर कोई सिप्ला की दवाई बेच रहा है, सिप्ला फॉर एग्जाम्पल, बेचता तो नहीं है पर बेच रहा है, तो 1 रुपए में अगर वो बन रही होगी तो उसने 20 साल उस 1 रुपए की दवाई कितने में बेची है? आप देखो, 10 रुपए में. तो दे हैव ऑलरेडी कवर्ड ऑल द कॉस्ट what they have spent in research and everything. Now ऐसा नहीं है कि उनका सेल्स बहुत कम जाएगा, सेल्स कम जरूर जाएगा, बट ऑब्वियसली इन इंडिया इट इज मोर, जैसे मैंने कहा कि चैनल बेस्ड है काफी. तो डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन अगर उन्होंने अच्छे इंसेंटिवाइज कर दिया, डॉक्टर्स को अच्छे से खुश रखा, तो दे गोना स्टिल सेल द प्रोडक्ट, बिकॉज अगेन फार्मेसी इज गोना सेल इट. और पेशेंट अगर डॉक्टर पे ट्रस्ट करता है ब्लाइंडली, तो वो फिर जो डॉक्टर लिख के देगा वही बाय करेगा. इज नॉट गोना गो टू जेनरिक्स. सो until unless the awareness comes, Cipla is not going to be in loss, and Cipla is anyways not going to be in any generic. I think Dipanshu has raised the.
Dipansh has, yeah.
I'm sorry about
Interestingly, I had a fact with me.
Yes, go
Like
on.
all these companies, like I had a fact with me. If I'm audible,
Yes,
You
you're
are.
audible. Please go ahead.
Yes.
yeah, all these companies like Cipla, Glenmark, and Pharma, they already own a percentage of stake in these generic companies as well. So,
Yeah.
like inherently, they aren't going to have some losses. And the 20 years license for them has actually made them 20x more profitable than the initial investment in the innovator drugs. So
Yeah.
they have
Agreed.
played a two-sided sword, like investing in the generic branded markets as well as their independent branded drugs.
That's a
So, like,
commercially viable decision, isn't it? That's how. That's the reason the pharmaceutical companies make so much of money, because
can be called a survival tactic, I can say.
no, it is not survival tactic. Survival tactic is something that you do it for survival. This is not survival. This is boasting, isn't it? You're feeding yourself a hefty meal. सर्वाइवल में लोग क्या करते हैं ना, इनिशियल पॉइंट पे भी चार्ज उतना ही करते हैं जितनी जरूरत है उनको, जितना उनको कॉस्ट है उस पर थोड़ा प्रॉफिट. ये ऐसा नहीं करते. आप देखो, I don't know if you guys follow IPL or not. Look at someone like who made vaccines for, what's it called, Indian Institute, Serum
Serum
Institute.
Institute. Yeah.
Serum, Azad Poonawala.
Bharat Biotech and Serum Institute.
They
Shahzad
just
Poonawala.
bought, yes, Shahzad Poonawala. They just bought Rajasthan Royals. What money? Few months back, he has just bought Dharma Productions. बीच में उसमें काफी सारे इन्वेस्टमेंट्स किए. On what cost?
राजस्थान रॉयल उनकी हो गई.
Wow,
that's a news.
Yeah, the initial auction has been placed. Like they lost the initial auction. Who was the new buyer? He couldn't pay the amount on time.
Okay.
Yeah, it was again a Maharashtrian guy who was based in US, who was doing the whole company. But anyways, news are circulating. Ujjwal, news are not circulating. If you see yesterday, there was Mittal family in the dugout. Yeah, sorry about that. I'm not a cricket enthusiast, but I'm just telling out the business point of view that yeah, they are not just surviving. They have done a lot than survival. These are two logics, two systems, how things work in England and India. I would not go because I've already been through them in my oral point. In England, a company wins when it makes the product work for the system. In India, the company wins when it makes the product work for the channel. So इसका मतलब मैं यही बताऊंगा कि जैसे मैंने पहले से एक्सप्लेन किया कि कंपनी का जब प्रोडक्ट सिस्टम फिट हो, रेगुलेशन उसकी सही हो, प्राइसिंग सही हो अकॉर्डिंग टू द NHS गाइडलाइंस एंड ऑल, इंग्लैंड में कंपनी की प्रोडक्ट हमेशा विन करेगा. एज कंपेयर्ड इन इंडिया, प्रोडक्ट विन करने के लिए आपके पास राइट डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर्स होने चाहिए, राइट इंसेंटिवाइजेशन होनी चाहिए, and basically आपका प्रोडक्ट रेगुलेटरी में ठीक ठाक होगा वो भी चलेगा, पर आपका अगर डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन चैनल बहुत सही होगा in India, your product is gonna make sure. Even if your product is everything is correct, but there is no proper distribution channel, there is no proper incentivization on the product, it's not gonna win in India. And I've seen with many companies in India who has done that. But same molecule and completely different commercial books. Um, Diversification of the money,
I'll
yes.
give an example of that, Sushi. You know, I've seen one of
Yeah.
my colleague, my senior. He started with an excipient company. All right, he just cracked the supply chain and distribution channels, and now he's doing very good for the company. Within 2 years, he has established a very good company with a very stable profit as well. So, if you know
Nice.
the distribution channels and supply chain, you're going to disrupt the market
Yeah, in India, yes.
in
Agreed.
India.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Customer facing is a medical representative. Brand and growth is marketing trainee, and strategy deals is commercial tender analyst. Um, there are different terms for the medical representative these days. They came hospital sales KE, key account manager, key account executive. There's KE for regional, national lead, sales trainee. These are the hierarchies. Then in marketing trainee is product marketing trainee, product executive, assistant brand manager, product manager, portfolio lead. These are the hierarchy that you go through in your career. Commercial analyst, BD analyst, licensing manager, portfolio strategy manager, and corporate BD lead, VP. These are the hierarchies. I was trying to mention the hierarchies and how you do. For example, let's say in commercial skill matrix, what gets you in promoted and trusted? For communication, explain in entry level, explain simply, listen structured. Mid level may handle objection. In sales, one of the major part plays is your see commercial analytics. What type of work would it do? I would just simply tell you one thing. Okay. This is Ujjwal Kumar. Hi Ujjwal. Yes. See, very simply, एक कंपनी है, ठीक है, उसने पर्टिकुलर प्रोडक्ट मॉलिक्यूल बनाया है, ठीक है, and what happens with that company is now they want to start doing that product, they want to start launching that product in the market. Just a minute, I'm just going to see if I can get a video for that so that it's easy for you to understand rather than me explaining. So basically, I'm not able to find any videos on this. I was thinking I might find a video, but okay, I'm going to quickly explain it. So let's say आपको कोई प्रोडक्ट लॉन्च करना है, ठीक है. अर्लियर क्या होता था ना, आपको जाके सारा खुद से अंडरस्टैंड करना होता था, आपको खुद से जाके सारा कुछ रिसर्च करनी होती थी ऑन पेपर, एवरीथिंग. नाउ you have got Excel sheets of what has been sold, what have been not sold per pass, what is working, what is not working. You know what is market access data, and you know many things which are going to help you to basically market this product. What happens? You have all this as a data, right? But when you want to combine this together and make decisions on it, you need the analyst people. So let's say every company has got different analysts. For example, I'll just explain very shortly. A distribution house for medicine, right? They would have 3 analysts. The one who is a sales analyst, who would know what sort of product or what is the spend of particular pharmacy for what is the spend of a particular pharmacy for a company, for their company. Okay. Then there would be a marketing analyst on what marketing campaigns are actually working. Okay. And then there would be one who is give me a second. Is there any doubt? Give me a second. I'm just checking any message apart from this. Ujjwal ka message last. One is a sales analyst, one is a marketing analyst, and one is a business analyst. So the business analyst actually knows all the operational cost and all the other costs involved for that product. Now एज जब मैं कमर्शियल एनालिस्ट बोलता हूँ, ठीक है, जो उसमें तो ये तीनों एस्पेक्ट कमर्शियल एनालिस्ट में आते हैं. तो जब किसी को प्रोडक्ट लॉन्च करना है, ठीक है, या फिर प्रोडक्ट उनको मार्केट में फिट करना है, ठीक है, तो दे हैव टू टेक दिस थ्री डेटाज इन कंसिडरेशन बिफोर दे गो आउट इन द मार्केट, कि कौन सी फार्मेसीज या फिर लेट्स से उस डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन को अगर जाना है किसी एरिया में, तो वो देखिए कौन सी उसकी हाई हाई एंड फार्मेसीज है जो वहां पे सेल करे सबसे ज्यादा उसका, ठीक है. फिर वो क्या देखेगा, वो देखेगा कि उसका कौन सा मार्केटिंग कैंपेनिंग वर्क कर रहा है उस एरिया के अंदर, ठीक है, और उसके कौन से प्रोडक्ट का क्या ऑपरेशनल कॉस्ट है, ठीक है. आप आपको लगता है कि अगर ये तीनों डिसीजंस उसके पास है अवेलेबल, ठीक है, इट मेक्स इट इजियर फॉर हिम or the company to sell their product and to earn profits, right? So this is how the commercial analysis would help you. And there are various tools you can use for commercial analyst. First is, I would say the simplest and the easiest is Excel sheet. You use Excel sheet. You make use of Excel sheet to make dashboards and stuff. I hope आपको YouTube पे उसको सर्च करोगे कैसे डैशबोर्ड्स बनाने हैं Excel sheet. So very easy process, ठीक है. Otherwise, there's one that Payam is using. We would discuss Payam. Tableau is the one which you can
Yeah.
use for analysis. है ना? So there are different tools that you can use. And I was just got into lectures that you were doing in the morning on the AI
Yeah.
agents. ठीक है? So I think AI agents से भी आप tool बना सकते हो. When you connect your Claude engine with your Tableau. Claude is actually in the Excel already. कि अगर आप Claude को बोलोगे Excel में ये करने के लिए कुछ भी डिसीजन बनाने बोलोगे तो it makes your decision.
It's augmented.
Yeah. Yeah, it's already augmented. It's already in Excel. But apart from that, when you connect your AI engines with these applications, it's gonna make you an AI agent, which is much easier. I think you can use Brick 2044.
Yeah. Mr. Angle has also written Power Business Intelligence and Zoho Analytics.
Power BI is very. It's a Microsoft tool. It's
data visualization tool. You know, I learned it, Sushant. You know, from where did I learn Power BI? जो 99 वाला वो निकला था, जतन शाह or some person, you know, I don't remember the name, some Shah. So in that, in 2 days, he told how do you make a water chart and donut chart and all, God chart and everything.
I've just mentioned on the slides कि आपको क्या करना है क्या नहीं, मतलब कौन से AI tools आपको help करेंगे किस चीज में, ठीक है. For example, Power BI, Databricks, Crossix is going to help you in analytics and BI to make sales dashboard, targeting analytics, campaign performance. So what I was explaining earlier of the distribution companies was this campaign performance. Apart from that, AI in regulated pharma, the safe window. Yes, Pihu, can I just explain this line and then I'm going to come back to you. So
Sure.
I've mentioned here that AI should be your analyst, rehearsal partner, not your conscience. So decision making is still in the hand of the humans, but you can use AI as an assistance. It's very important that you fact check before you pass on the decision which has come through an AI. Yes, Piyu, go on. Yeah, Power BI is an application. Is an application, yes.
Yeah.
Is an application where you
So
can
it's
put
a
in
skill also we can learn, right?
Yeah, it is an important skill you should learn if you want to be into the field of pharma.
Right.
I'm going to just do it quickly, 10 minutes case study before we hang on. Just scan this QR code, go on to this case study, okay, it's from Forbes, and read it out from your end. ठीक है, मैंने कुछ चीजें यहाँ पर डिसाइड, आप में से काफी लोगों को पता भी होगी शायद से AstraZeneca एंड एलेक्सन की केस स्टडी, एंड देन वी कैन डिस्कस दिस. ठीक है, is the QR code visible to everyone?
It's visible.
Okay. Yes, Deepansh, I hold on. We have got questions for you then. It's a very interesting case study. very easy one as well, I would say. I just didn't want it to make you think much. I'm going to hear answers from you guys. I don't want to hear answers from Payam.
Payam doesn't know the answer as well.
Knows it. Why don't he?
No, I've heard about this case study. No, I'd like to tell the audience in the meanwhile you all are reading that Sushant is one of the most, you can say, a person with a lot of zeal. The first time, in fact, I have also myself learned a lot. I always learn from people. So the first time that I heard the word Tableau and SQL was from him. I didn't even know, mujhe malum bhi nahi tha. I was doing my master's first year. He was in London. As at that time when he told me that there's something called as Tableau, तब मुझे पता चला कि हाँ एसक्यूएल करके कोई चीज होती भी है देयर इज समथिंग so you must always stay connected and attend such communities, such sessions, such workshops, such boot camps, whether free or irrespective of a basic charge, whatever it is, because learning should never stop. आप कुछ भी कर लो, whether irrespective whichever field. Like today he spoke about market access, product management, business development, MR, a lot of fields that he had a word, product portfolio, a lot of things that he specified in today's session, right? That so those who are interested in moving into the field of marketing, sales, even market research in few cases, in the core those areas, they have a lot of learnings that they will take with them. Get that takeaway message. So definitely this will be a great takeaway message for you all to learn a lot of things today from the session. Okay, Sushant, few of them have written something in the chat box.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Ujjwal. Yeah. Okay, Ujjwal. I would ask you in the meanwhile to explain, because you have told about Solaris and Ultomiris. I would just ask you to just tell people what is this about? What sort of condition does this cure? The hemolysis and all. What sort of conditions this covers? In your words, simple as that. Keep it very simple. Meanwhile, people are reading, so they get an idea of it. If you're comfortable, Ujjwal.
There's one more person, Aditya Ingle. He has also written something. If he wants to unmute and answer, Aditya, would you like to unmute and brief the audience? He's written this.
Rare blood disorders for treatment for. Am I audible?
Hi, Aditya. Hi, yeah, you're audible, Aditya. Go on.
No, he's not Aditya. He's Ujjwal only.
Ujjwal, sir.
Ujjwal, sorry about that. Yes, go on.
For treatment of rare blood disorders.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's a treatment for rare blood disorders. But so Solaris is which is the advanced version? Is it Solaris or the Ultomiris?
Yeah, sorry, sir. I don't know about.
No, so Ultomiris is the advanced version. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to cross question you. I just wanted you to
Yeah, I will more deep dive. I will.
Completely fine. You don't need to deep dive. It's just the case study is not about these drugs and all. It's just about the business decision that the company made.
There's Madhav Mishra who would like to talk, Sushant.
Yes.
Are you? Yeah, Madhav, can you unmute? And my dear.
Yes, sir. Sir, thank you, sir. Such a wonderful session.
Just a minute. Sushant can't hear you. Give me a minute. I will share the screen and then you can talk. Yeah, Sushi, can you hear him now? Go ahead, Madhav.
Thank you, sir. Such a wonderful session. The session was so much interactive. Just, sir, I want to know that if anyone want to grow the career in the management sector, so how he should proceed from after MBA or after M.Pharm? He should do the job in India or directly he can get there.
Okay, I thought it was with respect to case study. No issues.
Honestly speaking, it depends on your personal choice. There are a lot of sacrifices that you need to make if you come abroad as well. It's not that easy, honestly speaking. I would which I would recommend. The Indian pharma field, so vast field right now, and it's been extensively growing, and the growth is exponential. It's like every year it grows double the times that it was earlier. I would say if you want to grow in India, the only problem at this point in India and abroad you won't see the uh, you rising up the hierarchy that easily if you don't have the skills. Over here, what is very necessary is your skills, is what you know apart from your work. How is your communication? It's not about your degree at all. It's what you can do apart from the work. What else skills? What new thing you can bring to the uh, combination? So, example over here, you don't need to be a actual analyst. Don't need a degree of computer or anything to be an analyst. If you only know how to do analysis, you know what sort of role analyst plays, what sort of softwares you have, that skills, you can still become analyst, probably better than the one who is actually a computer graduate. you know So I would recommend you don't need even an MBA or M.Pharm to do that. It's very important what you are doing, how well you're doing that. Be ethical, be real to yourself. I always say this to people, that आप वर्ल्ड को बता सकते हो कि आप ये कर रहे हो, वो कर रहे हो, शायद झूठ भी हो सकता है, आप ब्लफ कर सकते हो, not to yourself. The day you're gonna start lying to yourself कि I'm gonna do this, I know these things, I know that thing, but I actually don't know, आपका पर्दा कभी ना कभी फाश होने वाला है. Okay, so it's better you learn skills first. What is going to keep you in the market? For example, right now, very important skill is to learn about AI a lot. When I say AI, it's just not chat GPT, Claude and everything. It's more about how you're going to use this bots to work for yourself. Let's say अगर आप कोई कॉलेज भी अप्लाई कर रहे हो, तो सुबह जैसे वो सर्च इंजन थी, आप जाके ट्राई करो कि आप वैसे कुछ एजेंट खुद के लिए बनाओ कॉलेजेस एप्लीकेशंस के लिए. वैसे कुछ एजेंट बनाओ जो लिंक्डइन से आपके लिए जॉब ढूंढे, है ना. आप कर सकते हो. It's more about practical knowledge in today's world. It's not anything about related to your degree. 0%, I would say. 0%. I'm a very practical person, and I believe that every one of us, we need to now remove that mindset. I need a degree or something to make myself better. What else? What would happen if a company doesn't accept you? What would happen? You can start your own company if you have the skills, right? So you don't need to be a management person just because you are MBA. There are many MBAs who don't know word about what management is. There are many colleges in India who are giving you degrees for free. There are so many people in UK who are studying over here management courses, working in restaurants. I'm not gonna say that it's a low profile job or something. They get really good money, but the whole point is, a management course doesn't make you a management person. What makes you a management person is your skills, is your decision making ability. So that's gonna come when you read a lot, when you talk to a lot of people. Only suggestion, only advice I would always give to any youngster: don't be in a company of people who know as much as you or who know less than you. Always be in a company of people who know more than you. You might feel inferior to them today, but tomorrow you're gonna rise according to looking at them. Always make sure that your company is of such people, such individuals who have knowledge more than you. You might feel
उठना
inferior.
बैठना उठना बैठना, in Hindi their parents say this, उठना बैठना उन लोगों के साथ रखो जिनसे आपका अच्छा भला हो आगे, right? Sitting with someone
Exactly,
who have
sir.
more wisdom with us than
हमेशा
better
उन
than
बच्चों
us.
उनके साथ उठना बैठना रखो जो आपसे थोड़े से आगे है हर चीज में, ठीक है, ना कि उनसे कि जो आपके लेवल पे, क्योंकि आप फिर कभी ग्रो ही नहीं कर पाओगे. आई बिलीव इन दिस. अगेन माय चॉइस, नॉट एवरीवन्स. Okay,
Plus
why
one.
rare
I
disease?
also agree on that statement though.
We'll go on to the case study now.
Yeah,
Why rare?
please.
Why rare disease? Dipansh, you said you knew about the case study. I just wanted to be a two-way discussion, so I'm just going to ask Dipansh because he said he knew. Why do you think AstraZeneca choose someone? So basically, AstraZeneca is a pharmaceutical company. Alexen is a rare disease. Was a rare disease. में जो help करते हैं वैसी company है. So let's say go on this now. Why do you think AstraZeneca choose someone with the rare disease? The answer is already over there, but still.
Market gap. The
Market.
market gap which they are clearing. Like they can capture the biggest market ever.
Okay. Okay. Um, anyone else wants to add after reading the case study?
Prachi, would you like to answer?
Anyone?
Sir,
Prachi
like
has an.
Ultomaris is a second gen. It will help means cope up for transportation. It requires only मतलब मैं ये कहना चाह रहा कि मतलब कम चाहिए, जैसे वो जो ड्रग है एक और इसके साथ उसको
Okay.
फ्रिक्वेंटली वो जाता हॉस्पिटल में जाएगा, बट ये कम मतलब इसको प्रोक्योरमेंट के लिए इजी है ये,
Mm-hmm.
इस वजह से ये मतलब अच्छा है। ऑर्फन और रेयर ड्रग्स डिजीज के लिए ज्यादा मतलब ब्रांड सजेस्ट कर।
हमेशा सिंपल, हमेशा ना आपको कहूंगा, आप जब डिसीजन मेकिंग करते हो बहुत सिंपल रखना उसको, ठीक है। जैसे एस्ट्राजेनेका को अगर ये रेयर डिजीज में आना होता, ठीक है, तो उसको 10 साल लग जाते शायद, ये ड्रग पहले पहले बात तो ये थेरेपी जनरेट करने में, राइट, रिसर्च
यस
R&D,
सर।
तब तक शायद मार्केट कहीं और चला गया होता, राइट, पीपल हैव वेंट समवेयर एल्स, राइट। सो पहले तो किसी ने कहा मार्केट गैप, एग्जैक्टली मार्केट गैप कि एलेक्सन उसको कर रहा है, ऐसा जाने के पास पैसे है, अगर वो एक और कंपनी ऐड कर देगी तो उसका क्या बढ़ जाएगा, पोर्टफोलियो साइज बढ़ जाएगा, पहली बात तो, ठीक है। सेकंड, जो उसकी कंपनी के जितने भी ऑपरेशनल थिंग्स है, जैसे उसके फैक्ट्री आउटलेट हुए, ऑफिसेस हुए, ये हुआ वो हुआ, सारा कुछ किसका बन जाएगा, एस्ट्राजेनेका का, ठीक है। अगर ये सब किसी को सेटअप भी करना है फ्रॉम स्क्रैच, see I mentioned over here, building a rare disease capability from scratch takes 10 years. AstraZeneca bought a speed, existing approvals, relationship, HCP trust in one acquisition, right? This was all existing, right? उसके बाद जो लाइसेंसेस थे उसको एस्ट्राजेनेका को अपने आप मिल गए, अगर उसको वो लाइसेंस अप्लाई करो, वो सारा खर्चा, ये सारा बहुत कुछ था जो एस्ट्राजेनेका कर सकता, शायद इसके बाद एस्ट्राजेनेका फेल हो सकता था, राइट, there were probability, right, it could fail after this, but because they bought someone who was well to do in the market already, they played the very strong, it was a very strong move to acquire them, because that helped them to surpass all these difficulties of and the probability of losing as well, and then that made sure that this decision was commercially viable. So there are a few questions. What was this deal mainly about? Science, revenue, diversification, specialty, infrastructure, speed into rare disease? How would you rank it? Like, let's say अगर मैं कहूँगा साइंस, तो साइंस नंबर 1 था, रेवेन्यू डाइवर्सिफिकेशन नंबर 1 था, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर नंबर 1 था, कि स्पीड नंबर 1 था? अकॉर्डिंग टू यू गाइस, व्हाट डू यू थिंक?
सर नंबर वन तो वैसे कुछ नहीं है, सारा एक दूसरे से रिलेटेड है, इंटरलिंक है। अगर कुछ भी अगर एक पिलर अगर हटा दिया जाए तो फिर वो बिल्डिंग वो बनेगी ही नहीं ना, वही बात है।
नहीं, मतलब एस्ट्राजेनेका ने ये डील करने के पीछे उसका मेन रीजन साइंस था, रेवेन्यू डाइवर्सिफिकेशन
उसमें
था,
प्रायोरिटी
स्पेशलिटीज,
क्या थी? आप चारों
प्रायोरिटी है,
डिपेंडेंट है वो तो सही
एग्जैक्टली।
है, बट वो कह रहे हैं कि सबसे हाईएस्ट रीजन, मोस्ट प्रोबेबल प्रायोरिटी कौन सी है? मुझे भी इसका आंसर
या
पता है, बट मैं बाद में
वी कैन
दूंगा।
से इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर और डाइवर्सिफिकेशन। साइंस R&D तो हो रखी है पहले से, इनको इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर बना बनाए मिल गया और रेवेन्यू सारा चल रहा है पहले से, अक्वायर करना बस इन्हों।
नहीं, तो अगर साइंस भी करना होता उनको तो शायद उनको टाइम ही
टाइम
लगता
लगती
वो
सर,
साइंस, एग्जैक्टली ना।
बहुत टाइम लगती है R&D में तो।
आप, is anyone answering in the other chat?
Yeah, I was going to tell you. Prachi, do you have to? Do you wish to talk? Do you wish to answer? Prachi Patel has written revenue diversification. Aditya Ingre has written high revenue.
Okay.
Even I had the same two answers: high revenue and diversification.
Okay.
Yeah.
If I may, Sushant.
Yes, it's gone.
Yeah, basically, election stocks has been largely like lagging behind, but their EBITDA was 100%. Like they have captured the rare disease market with 100% hold, but eventually they're getting step by step down, 10% each year. So historically, it's called an out of favor healthcare stocks. So AstraZeneca just grabbed something which was like, I can say, impossible to grab with any other company at that market cap. They played well at that moment,
I feel
and they got everything on the silver platter, I guess.
they got everything for a bargain, you say?
Bargain, I can't say, but like acquisition. In one acquisition, they got everything. Like they don't have to, do the hard work for it.
इसी को बार्गेन बोलते हैं ना, कि मतलब आपको बहुत कुछ, एक बोलते हैं ना, आपने अच्छे अच्छे इसमें मिल गया, आपको प्राइस में मिल गया, शायद आपको ज्यादा पे
Bargaining
करना पड़ा.
power of buyers. Porter force याद आ गया मुझे.
Listen, I feel कि what they played, one is their revenue diversification, absolutely yes, and specialty infrastructure, ठीक है, and but the first thing is the speed into rare disease. I feel that is the important thing that they got from here, because someone has mentioned they were very based on the cancer drugs. Agree with you. And now if they want to go into this rare disease, they would have took such a long time, because they went directly buying a company which was already into rare disease. They speed up their process, having the marketing of AstraZeneca, having the money of AstraZeneca. Now they can make profits from here. If they wanted to go into rare disease from the scratch, would have taken them the time. So I think I would rank speed into rare disease as the first point, and then I would rank the other parts. If you are commercially lead on day one after the close, what would your 100-day priority be? I would be simple over here. मैं प्रोडक्ट पे प्रायोरिटी करता हूँ, और बाकी सब तो चलो इंटरनल डिसीजन से वो उनके वो कर लेते हैं, बिकॉज पेशेंट्स, टीम्स एंड एक्सेस इज ऑल अबाउट the data, but the product is something, because I said it's split into the rare disease, is what I was looking for. How is launching a rare disease therapy different from a mass primary care medicine? I think many of you have already thought about it, and I would just leave it because it's easily understandable. Which integration risk is the most dangerous? Duplicate team, positioning confusion, payer pushback, or patient ID failure? What do you think? Which integration risk is the most dangerous in this such sort of acquisition? Anyone wants to justify?
Can be positioning confusion.
Okay. What else? Payam, you want to say something?
No comments. I don't hold expertise in this area.
Okay. Yeah, I think position confusion, because AstraZeneca, if they start selling under their something which is into the rare disease, so amount of people accepting this could be on both sides. People won't accept it as well. At the same time, people would start accepting as a high amount. So position confusing is a very important integration risk over here, I believe. And what is the single key performance indicator? Who do you watch first to know if the commercial thesis is working? You know, like KPIs, right? So what is the important KPI you feel is very important, what you will watch first?
Past impact and comparison, like current situation and past situation.
Okay.
Historical analysis, basically retrospective work.
Okay. Anyone else?
I'll see from the other if there's anybody who has answered. No one from there.
I would say the KPI, as rightly mentioned by you, was a past and present comparison. Also, one KPI that I would look for is the amount of acceptance for this overall acquisition. If people are ready to accept that AstraZeneca can do well into the thing, but I think because they have already acquired someone who is doing well, they have played very smartly, and that's going to be helping them to do well. I had this activity. I'm not sure if you have got time for this, but it's up to you if you guys want to do
We
this.
can have it for 5 minutes because the next session is going to start at 5 p.m. So we
So
have
how much time right now?
the time in India is 4:10 as so we have half an hour because I need 20 minutes gap between the two sessions. So
It's
4:40. Yeah.
depends on you guys if you want to do it.
If you
If
all are
you if it's
enjoying, you all are loving it, then this is a very beautiful, corporate governance and all. I can see the case statements, problem statements. If you all wish to do it, then definitely we can continue the session with Sushant. Sushant, are you
otherwise,
comfortable for more 20 minutes if if the
I'm
participants are?
comfortable. Yeah,
All
I'm
right,
comfortable. Take
all
your
right.
time. You can work one on one on this. If anyone wants
Or we
to
can
email,
have it like a meet versus meet. The people there are approximately 16 on other meet and 16 on this meet, so they can have two groups. This
yeah,
meet against
exactly.
that meet.
I would just
Right,
say choose one topic then.
right.
Uh, okay. Mm,
You can give them better because we can give them medium and do medium wale hi, rather than easy and hard. Just give one team one medium and the other team the other medium one.
I would go for the hard one. An
Acha,
Indian
that would be better. Go ahead.
an Indian mid-sized generic company wants to expand internationally. This one.
The dean of, Sushant, the dean of the SM VEC
Mhm.
college is also interested for the interaction. Nice
Yes,
interaction.
yes.
She's
Thanks, ma'am. Yeah, yeah,
Ma'am, you
please
can
go
even
on.
unmute and speak to our keynote speaker as well if you want to have any insights, if you wish to contribute.
Sir, no issues, sir. No issues,
Right.
sir. You can carry on. You can
All
carry
right.
on. It's very good
All right.
interactions.
It's great to have you and all the students of your college in this session. Really delightful to have you all.
Thank you. Thank you. Pleasure, sir. Pleasure, sir. Pleasure.
All right. Yeah. So,
Guys, I want
Sush,
you to work on this.
okay.
Yes, please, if you
So
can.
y'all
I'm
can
just
pick
gonna.
up this problem statement, all of you, and please work on this, the one which he has zoomed in right now. Export market entry. An Indian mid-sized generic company wants to expand internationally, but the budget is limited and there is a strong generic manufacturing, and they want to enter in US.
Sorry,
No issues,
my
no
bad.
issues.
Yeah, go
They
on
want
now.
to enter in Africa, UK. So what will be your market entry? We all talk about pre-product launch, product launch. We don't talk about market entry. So what will be your GTM, go-to market strategy, and what will be your market entry argument? And explicit the NGC, no-go criteria. So everybody can work on this statement. How many minutes do we give them, Sushant? 5?
5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes,
Is
if
that
they want to do.
sufficient? All right. Then you have
Yeah,
exactly time till 5:15.
yeah,
Sorry,
guys, you can if
4.
it is meet versus meet, you can discuss in the group chat and yeah, and have an opinion in the group chat. It's important,
Okay.
right?
Dipansh is telling I'll go with Africa.
Is Payam, you are not supposed to spoil the answers for the other
Oh,
group,
I'm
isn't
so
it?
sorry. I'm so sorry. I forgot the 2 minutes. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, okay, okay. I'll just copy paste the answer from that team to your personal this, okay? So you can have an idea, and both the teams don't. Sushant, I hope you're reading the comments.
Yes, Payam, I'm reading it. I'm reading it.
Yes, Sushant, I think so. We can discuss now.
So,
Lord.
guys, are we on? Give me 2 minutes, just okay.
Yeah, yeah. Till then, everybody, we have a next session at 5 p.m. And that session is of Miss Vanshika. She is All India Rank 1 in MSc Medical Pharmacology. Currently a third year PhD student at AIMS Delhi. And she's going to provide insights about the career avenues and opportunities that you will have post the masters, post the bachelors, and post the PhD as well. So doctorate opportunities. And she has immense of experience. So she'll be joining us at 5 p.m. sharp. So all of you are requested to join on the same link. Yeah, Sushant, we have you back.
All right, guys. I've seen the answers in this group. So, what is your consolidated answer? Do you want to go for Africa? Do you want to go for uh, Asian market? What do you say?
I would go for Africa, Sushant.
Okay. Okay. What was that?
I didn't get that.
So, why was that? I was like, why would you go for Africa first? I've seen you have
Yeah,
mentioned some.
yeah. it fits like, the asset base. Like Indian generics brands are already in the supply chain of Africa, and the pharma demands can be easily fulfilled.
Okay. Any answers from anyone else?
No, not from the other group. I guess they're still figuring out.
Do they need more time?
Do you all guys need more time, or
Shall I just discuss?
yeah, or should Sushant discuss? What's everybody? Yes, Sushant, you can go ahead for the discussion. I think so they are.
Yeah. First of all, did you guys got the abbreviation of both the what is ASEAN stand for? Anyone who wants to say what is ASEAN stands for? किसी ने गूगल सर्च तो किया होगा यार.
Southeast Asia.
Yes. What else? Southeast Asia is like when the Indonesia, Vietnam, ये सब companies, ठीक है. और दूसरा था अफ्रीका और तीसरा था UK, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Someone said दीपांशु ने कहा शायद से कि अफ्रीका जाएंगे वो लेके सारा मटेरियल, मतलब उनकी फर्स्ट लॉन्च वो अफ्रीका में करेंगे. फिर आई हैव सीन एन आंसर फ्रॉम I think Ujjwal gave an Ujjwal said he will go to ASEAN. Ujjwal, why would you think you would go to ASEAN, like the Southeast Asian nations?
Recently, there is a MOU signed by Indian government with the ASEAN country.
Okay.
It will be easy for mid-size cap generic company.
Okay.
But there is a different hurdles will be there, but it will be, I think, more easier because our government tie up with the ASEAN countries more closely.
It's not like that. I think it's with African nations as well as the same. I would go to African
Can I
nations.
present a fact here?
Yeah, you can. You can go on. You want me to stop presenting? Oh, you want to say
the African nations? Yeah.
Yeah.
The African nations in all the African nations, I guess. Forget the ones who are having conflict right now. India has sent their ambassadors, like in all the African nations, to promote the healthcare, education, and the family healthcare and wellness programs.
Yeah.
So it's the most easiest to build a market there.
Okay, I agree with your point. Okay, see, very simple decision making में बताता हूँ. मैं अगर ज़्यादा सोचूं नहीं, 5 मिनट मुझे कोई दिया जाए और मैं इस पे सोचूंगा. Amount of population in Africa is how much? Is it more than Southeast nation or is less than Southeast nations?
Specifically more.
Right? Yeah. Amount of disorders, amount of disease in these nations, is it more or less?
More.
Certainly more.
Certainly more, yeah. Amount of regulations, because over here already the countries are facing a lot of financial crunch. The regulations are not that strict. Okay? So the pharma company who is just starting, who is just wants to start export, and it's a mid-size, it's not a big size, it's a mid-size. They have already invested into the machineries, they have already invested in the product. Now they have got a limited budget, but a strong generic manufacturing. What they're gonna look for? Somewhere they don't need to spend much on licensing, and which has got an easy penetration in the market than in other nations. Right? I mean,
most importantly, I would think Africa would give cheap labor to the manufacturing plants.
Yeah. It would give cheap labor also.
There is instability in African country, na? More war like situations.
Okay.
Is it going for like a new company or mid-sized company? because
Okay.
if they invest heavy investment in African country, then
And
war breakout, or if any mis happening, it will be huge loss for new company, na?
Ujjwal, one point you have to understand over here is not they are not gonna set up their factory over there. They are just gonna export the material. You know what I mean
या
now?
एक्सपोर्ट विल बी नाउ इन सर, जैसे अभी ईरान की वॉर चल रही है, उसमें सारा एक्सपोर्ट इंपोर्ट सारा वो ठप पड़ गया, वैसे ही सेम सिचुएशन उधर भी आएगी,
ऐसा आपको
क्योंकि
क्यों लगता है
हमें,
क्यों आएगी वहां पे? क्यों? अच्छा,
क्योंकि सर,
आप कह रहे हो वॉर ज्यादा है वहां पे, वॉर ज्यादा है,
ये
वॉर
सर
जोन है।
इनस्टेबिलिटी ज्यादा है उधर।
ओके। ओके।
और
इट इज।
हमें सी रूट ही ज्यादा वो फिजिबल होता है, एयर रूट तो काफी कॉस्टली है, जो कि ये अफोर्ड
हाँ
नहीं
जी।
कर सकते। फिर
हाँ
अगर
जी।
सारा कॉस्ट फिर बढ़ जाएगा ड्रग पे, तो लोग उसे खरीदेंगे ही नहीं, फिर कोई मतलब नहीं बनता उधर जाने का।
सी रूट से भेजूंगा नहीं ना, पर द होल पॉइंट इज दैट मेडिसिन won't be sell by the sea route if it is in a smaller amount. You know what I mean now? Because it's gonna increase the durability of the travel, right? I would use a
यस
sea
सर।
route, DHL plane or something to transport my medicine, because आप ज्यादा दिन मेडिसिन ऐसे कंडीशन में रख नहीं सकते जहाँ पे वो डिस्ट्रॉय होने के ज्यादा चांसेस है, वो सबसे ज्यादा लॉस है मुझे।
यस
सो
यस
वो
सर।
वाटर और एयर वाला हम उसको कंसिडर नहीं करेंगे। ठीक है। दीपांश, यू वांट टू से समथिंग, गो ऑन, ऐड।
The thing is, the person who's telling the conflicts, the kinetic conflicts happening in these nations are like Iran is not even in the African continent. Like the active conflicts happening is in Sudan and Congo, and the most important one was in Niger and the other nation Mali and etc. So like they aren't a market of that big, and
No,
exporting them
Nigeria.
through a sea route would be much more expensive than creating those medicines.
I will stop you over here. When you say Nigeria, Nigeria is one of the biggest markets for anything you go from today. They have got a big hub set up with themselves, and they are. If you go outside India, after Indians, or Niger. If you mean Niger, it's okay. Not Nigeria. Yeah, it's okay then. Yeah, yeah. I heard you said Nigeria, so I just stopped you there. Sorry about that. Yes. So guys, I would recommend my feasibility would be in Africa because of the amount of products I'm gonna sell, and it's always you can do a transaction where they pay you first and they get what they are paying for, because generic is not something uh, which is like branded and costly. So I would go to Africa rather than the Southeast Asian nations, because apart from these things, I feel that the market is much stronger in these nations. And the second point is the product adaptability is higher in these nations. If you go to Southeast nations, the thing is over there, people are still more concerned. They're more educated as compared to the African nations, and the amount of marketing initiative that they need to put in over there could be higher as compared to these nations, because depending on the literacy rates and stuff. So I would, and because in African nations it's more government centralized healthcare system, it's easy penetration rather than the Southeast in East Asian nations. So I would just ask you guys to go more deeper into this if you want to uh, discuss this further. Yeah. Apart from that, this is just something I hope you guys are gonna take away uh, from the lecture, and this is the primary sources that I've used for the making the presentation. Yeah. Anything else? Any questions you guys have? I'm more than happy to answer you guys now.
Sir, there is currency volatility also, ना? The devaluation बहुत ज्यादा है उधर।
कहाँ पे? अफ्रीकन नेशंस में?
यस सर।
बट द होल पॉइंट इज आपको आपका पैसा मिल रहा है तो वो कितना भी उधर पे करे आपको। आपने जब पैसे लेके माल दिया है इन द सिंपल टर्म्स, तो आपको किस बात का दुख है? आप मिड साइज फर्म हो, आप कोई ऐसी फर्म नहीं हो जिसने वहां पे जाके ऑफिस सेटअप किया है। और मतलब आई एम नॉट, मतलब मैं आपको सिर्फ समझाने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ कि वैसा नहीं है कि आपने वहां पे जाके कुछ you have not invested hefty. When I say they don't have, they have limited budget. So they're gonna sell it first, and I think you should more look into the population matrix. And then because generic is proportionate to the population and
Yeah.
easy penetration. So that could be my answer, but still you can think on it, you can run some decisions, and it will help you out a lot. Anyone, any other doubts, any questions, anything else? I'm more than easy.
Yeah,
Yes,
I
no,
had
sir.
one, Sushant.
Greetings, sir. Sir,
Yes, go on.
greetings, sir.
I specialize primarily in the AI in pharma healthcare sector, like
Just
AI
a
in
minute, ma'am.
healthcare and AI in
Just
pharma.
Uh-huh.
If
uh,
I am saying something.
just a minute, Dipansh. Uh, there's one query, Sushant. The dean of SMEC wants to have an interaction with you. Can we connect to you over there
Yes,
on the
please.
other end? Or yeah, Dean ma'am, am I audible to you? Yeah. Hello, Dean ma'am, am I audible to you?
Yes, sir. Audible,
Yeah.
sir. Audible.
Yeah. Please go
Audible.
ahead. Sushant can hear you now. Please go ahead.
Only
I
one
can't hear.
request,
I
sir.
can't hear.
You can't hear? Okay, just a minute. Just a
I
minute.
can't hear.
Sir, is it audible, sir? Is it
Uh,
audible, sir?
yeah, he is audible
Is
to
it
you, but
audible?
you're not audible to him. Just a minute. I will again do the needful. Yeah. Sushant, can you hear her now? Is she audible to you? Ma'am, please go ahead.
Is it audible, sir? Is
Yes,
I'm audible,
madam.
sir?
Don't call me sir. Don't call me sir. I'm just Sushant. Please.
No issue, sir. No
No
issue,
one.
sir. The thing is what, sir, as I am from the academic background, I could like to ask you only one information such a way that, as you said, ABPI exam in the UK, London, as you
Yes.
said.
Yeah.
So after writing this ABPI exam in for UK exam, only it is eligible for UK exams, sir, it is?
So the thing is, ABPI, madam, you can't pursue ABPI on yourself. You need to pass an entrance for that, which needs that you should be working already for an pharma company. When you start working for a pharma company, then you send over your papers to the ABPI board. It's like a agency or some sort of thing, and then they would go through your old documentations, through your LinkedIn profile. Now they use LinkedIn profile. Earlier they used to ask for a cover letter and stuff, and then they would send you over the books for free of cost, and then you study from the books, and then you appear for the exam. So it is to be done. Since you have joined the pharma company, you should complete it within the 1 years, or at the most in the 2 years. You can't keep it more than that. So it's you for UK professionals who are actually working in the pharma company, not for anyone else, I presume. Yes.
Such a way that after writing this exam, we'll be entering into only pharma companies, isn't it, sir?
Madam, the whole point is you can enter into the pharma company still as well, but in order to sell prescribing medicines, or in order to become a salesperson of this prescribing medicine, you need this qualification. So if you go to companies like Abbott, you go to companies like AstraZeneca, any other pharmaceuticals, big pharmaceuticals in UK, they would ask for ABPA exam for any sales related role or marketing related roles before you enter that role. Yes.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
I think I've answered rightly. मतलब जो question आपने पूछा था
Yeah,
मैंने
as
वही.
you said, yeah, correct, sir. But thing is, what our students, they are completing B.Pharmacy now in our college.
Yes,
It's
please.
our institution, it's a 25 years institution. We are one of the program of pharmacy in SMVC in Pondicherry, it is, sir.
Oh,
So,
Okay.
Pondicherry. So we are insisting our students to get into multiple of areas in countries where they are interested. So I need I need a roadmap for this one, sir.
I would say, ma'am, the best thing for the students right now is to understand the MHRA regulations for the drugs. Second point, I would say, ask them to be active on LinkedIn. Start contacting people who are already working over here. There are many roles which are available to work from India in UK-based companies within the sales, marketing, telesales. Many roles are there, account managements and stuff. and they can start easily from there. There are many companies like BNS, Colorama, Sigma, Aspire Pharma, who are distributions houses over here, and they hire people in India. They have got offices in Ahmedabad, Mumbai, so they still work from India to reduce their cost. But yes, the students would have a higher knowledge of UK pharmaceutical market if they start interacting with these people who are working over there.
So this
I
could have
was
been come from the Pranay sir. Pranay sir has to support us by conducting this kind of programs. Pranay sir,
yeah.
Yeah,
thanks,
I,
sir.
I would send some links to Payam, and then Payam is the right person to
absolutely. And
educate students.
right. And also with respect to navigating the careers in different countries, so I'm a faculty also. I was teaching for the examinations in Ireland, Australia, Canada. So we also have a session on that, and that session will be there tomorrow. So you can also ask your students to attend for that session where I will be discussing about the career avenues as pharmacist and pharma professionals in Ireland, Canada, and Gulf countries in Australia. So they can join in for that
Sure,
session.
sir. Sure, sir. Sure. Thank you for Payam sir. Thank you very much for this kind of
Always. No
program.
issues.
We are waiting for another program like this, same like this.
Absolutely, absolutely. We'll be bringing out one very soon. So it was all goodwill of the speakers that they accepted this invitation on a very short notice, and they came. They really had a lot of insights to throw on the different domains and their expertise. So first of all, Sushant, thank you very much for accepting the invitation, and I'm really glad that this was such a beautiful interactive session with all the participants with a lot of learnings, takeaways, and a lot of case studies being discussed in the session. I highly appreciate the zeal and the amount of efforts that you've put in to create the presentation, to curate them and articulate your words and bring it out to the participants in such a easy and very, very simple way. So this is a small token of appreciation from our company for serving as a resource person for today's webinar bootcamp. Thank you very much, Sushant.
Thank you so much, Payam, and everyone else who's been part of this session. I'm really enjoyed, to be honest. To be honest, when I spoke to Payam first, I told him I wouldn't be able to speak more than 15 minutes or 20 minutes at one go.
Yeah,
It's not my job, I'm not a speaker in the sessions. And then he said, you would enjoy if you start talking the way you talk. And
right.
I highly appreciate what efforts he's been putting for you all. Apart from today's session, me and we talk a lot how he can develop his vision to help students, and he's always been one thing that he does. He only thinks about students first, and that's sort of educators we need in today's world, where they are talking more about they are more about students thing, and probably he's gonna bring many more initiatives for you guys in the coming
Absolutely.
future. I hope you all help him to grow more, to
Yeah,
help you out. Yeah, thank you
definitely.
so
We'll
much.
reach out to them shortly.
Yeah,
And these are the
I'm
upcoming sessions. Yeah. Yeah, Sushant, please
sorry.
continue. Yeah,
I just
please,
want to
please
share.
go. Please go ahead.
I'm
Please.
more than open for any discussions, any guidance that you guys need. You can connect me over LinkedIn. You can
You
email
can,
me. Or
connect to Sushant on his LinkedIn profile. You can definitely, at the end of the bootcamp, I'll share across a message of all the LinkedIn profiles of all the speakers out there. So you can definitely have a word with with Sushant. He is an amazing personality with lot of experience and wisdom out there. So you'll definitely enjoy talking to him, interacting with him.
you just say we all will learn together. It's me as well. We'll learn together. I'm not that
Definitely.
old. I'm just still learning, and I hope you all are gonna help me learning in more. Okay, guys, thank you so much. I'll take a leave for you, and all the best for whatever you do in future. Thank you so much.
Thank you very
Speak to you
much.
later.
LinkedIn name, please. You can just type Sushant Warekar, or maybe we'll drop the link in the chat box. In the WhatsApp group very soon.
Okay,
Okay,
I'm
no
just gonna
worries.
type my name over here if you
Yeah, you
want.
can type your name as in on LinkedIn, or you can just drop the profile also link Sushant if that's kindly update
Is
the
Sushant?
tomorrow schedule, sir. Yes, tomorrow,
Is
no, today
Sushant?
also we have lot of schedules lecture. I will just inform you. So over here we have a session upcoming at 5 p.m. today by Dr. Vanshika. So she is third year, almost the final year student in AIMS Delhi for the PhD. Who will be telling you all about the bachelor's, post-bachelor scope, that is masters and the doctorate and postdoctorate. Then we have a 7 p.m. session which is cancelled for today, and the 8:30 p.m. session which is also cancelled for today. But instead of this session at 8:30, we're going to have Dr. Tanya speaking on a deep dive in IPR as a career. So we have two sessions for the day pending right now. At 5 p.m., Dr. Vanshika, and at 8 p.m., Dr. Tanya. So please make sure you join for Dr. Vanshika and Dr. Tanya's session now in 20 minutes, and then at 8 p.m. So looking forward to your participation there as well. And Sushant has dropped down his LinkedIn name. You can definitely type, and I think so the same similar profile you'll find there on LinkedIn. Thank you very much. See you all soon in 20 minutes. Barsha, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So sorry, I did your job. I thought you were out, so no issues. Okay, we have a session at 5 p.m., so you can join in, Barsha, for introducing Dr. Vanshik.
Okay, sir.